Oh, hello, hello. What is up, chat? How are we doing today? Did you see the Arc Raiders update? I did. I'm hoping that they are that they're having to dramatically like upscale their teams and everything because they weren't expecting to make so much money. Because it's not very ambitious in terms of their updates. Yeah. But hopefully they'll get better. Yeah, we'll see. Okay, where am I? Fuck. Destiny. Why does Hutch hate you now? Does Hutch hate me? They are Swedes. No, they barely work. Well, if Hutch hates me, time to talk a whole bunch of fucking shit on fucking Hutch, because I've always hated that motherfucker. I used to watch his Machinima Call of Duty videos back in the day, and he always sucked. He always sucked shit. He sucked. And he uses an ultra-wide monitor because he sucks. I'm just kidding. He said, you are like the lefties you talk about. In what way? I did, there's a channel called Doom Debates that I did this morning on AI doomerism. He said, you're black-pilled? In some ways I'm black-pilled, but I only take a black pill so I can take a hope pill afterwards. Oh. Okay, well, this channel's bigger than I thought. We talked about AI doomerism.
Top scientists and AI researchers have...
That's what I did this morning. Do you have any interest in Marathon when it comes out? Bungie's new extraction shooter. Arc Raiders was the first extraction shooter I played and liked it more than I thought I would. Then I played in one of the Marathon playlists and liked it a lot. Maybe. I don't know. I really shouldn't be gaming this much, maybe. I'm only doing it right now because I hate politics. It's got to get better, bro. I don't know. Oh, God. Hey, Destiny. I have debated the Christian nationalist you're debating on MDD. He's dumb as fuck. Oh, shit. True. I have that debate tonight. Oh, fuck. Thank you for reminding me. Jesus. What was the panel you were referring to yesterday? I just did a show with Brad, Palumbo, and Sean. I think it might already be uploaded. I fucking butchered this guy's name. Oh my god. Oh, maybe it goes up in an hour? Sean is... Dude, Sean? Oh my god. AJW? Holy fuck, bro. Oh my fucking god. Damn. He was full on, like, both of them got it. Deserved it 100%. Renee and the other dude. Oh my god. It's up on your channel? Up on my channel? What? I might have collabed it, but I don't think it is on my channel now.
I got a special one for you guys today.
Thank you. Oh, when that video came out. A special one. Wait, where do you see this at? Destiny, it's here. Thank you.
why I don't think that it's worth it for Walls to take like the ultra kind position and to say,
Oh, we got a Zoomer intro song and everything. Sean is just 100% fucking crazy. Oh my god.
Sean, I don't right up on the bar. She makes contact with him. The idea that he has to
Mm-hmm.
count because she was all the way.
Also, his mic gain is set way too high. Guys! Your mic should not be constantly fucking sounding blasted the fuck out, okay? Based gun expert doesn't want to beg for destiny.
Yeah. I'm going to talk to Destiny later. If you want, I will mention that you want to discuss guns with him.
No, please do not speak
Okay.
for me.
Oh no, I wasn't going to say any of your arguments or whatever, but no, that's fine.
No, don't even mention me.
Okay, I won't. By the way, if you
my entire perspective is not to go begging and pleading for attention. If I produce something that he's interested in, he can talk to me. But I'm not gonna go, oh, I'm an expert. Or
Okay, that's fine. That's fair. I understand. By the way, do you have anything that you would like to say that is non-Fed posty about the situation that we are in and about the blatant disregard for the Second Amendment by our federal officials?
I am currently running 12 3D printers 24/7 to produce unregistered machine guns for every loyal patriot of this.
For hunting and self-defense.
We disavow. Obviously, he's kidding, but yeah.
Standing back and standing by.
I like when Kalinda was like, can you moderate a debate between me and Lactoid? And I was like, no, but I think Wick would do it. And she was like, yeah, but Wick doesn't have the viewer base. And I was like, based. That's the type of radical honesty we need. Unironically, I think it's funny. I appreciate it. I can't tweet not safe for work stuff because people get mad. So no, I can't tweet this, but thank you. You need to watch the Pisco X Connor debate. Connor is floundering. Watching Pisco debates is very difficult for me, okay? But maybe. Oh, Jesus.
Ooh, baby.
Do you actually appreciate that honesty? Yes. I like people who are super blunt and super honest. I super appreciate it. I think it makes it's just very easy to interpret everything. Yeah. And it's also not necessarily bad. If somebody's like, oh, like I prefer you to host something because you have more viewers, it's like, I mean, you should, right? That's good. That's fine. I think it's, yeah, I appreciate it. I think it's good. I think I was way too aggressive on her when we had that conversation about the thing. I think I was short on sleep that day, and it's already an aggressive topic for me because I'm usually hardcore on the defensive for it. So I kind of bit her head off on that conversation. Did you see the full 10-minute speech from the Minnesota GOP governor candidate, Chris Maddle, that dropped out of the race because of the ice match? I haven't watched it or followed up on it yet because I don't know what he was polling at. If this guy was polling at like 1% and he had no chance of winning ever anything, then I don't know. Connor is saying the dude ran up and elbow checked the officer during his duties. I haven't seen that. Is it hard to watch the Pisco debate these days because you feel like he knows better or should know better than the sides he claims to take? No, the problem that I have with watching Pisco debates is that to, like if we even talk about like watching, or we talk about like what a debate is, or we talk about like watching debates, when we're looking at our computers, we have to define, like what do we even mean when we say, like optically, to watch or see something, right? When we say something, we say something, and we're watching a thing. There's in the electromagnetic spectrum, there's light that we can perceive as humans, and we watch a thing, and on YouTube we can watch some things and not watch other things, and we have to choose the things that we watch, and then those are the things that we're it feels like every piece of argument gets blown out into this like meta argument. I'm like, what are we talking? And then I feel like I've listened to like a 2-hour debate. I don't even know if we talked at all about anything. I think I felt that for almost every Peaceco debate I've listened to over the last like 5 of them, where there's like 2 hours of, did we even, like I listened to so many Peaceco debates about the Ethan Klein lawsuit stuff, and I still don't know his position on it. He might have said it, because I think Hutch might have finally said like, what is your position on this thing? And I think he said it in like a minute or two, but like it took days and days and days to hear what his even position was. Wow, what's up, nerd?
What up?
What do you think is the angle the admin is taking with trying to get voter information, like changing codes in voting machines? This is a Democrat no vote count. I really want to understand. It could be a lot of things. It could be just to undermine voter confidence by making claims. There were so many claims made about voter stuff that just, if you look into it a little bit, it's not true, it's not relevant. Let me see if I can remember some of these. Like on one thing, they claimed that like on the voter rolls, like 1 million voters moved out of state and still voted or something. But like when you actually followed it, it was like these people like moved out of state but came back. For another one, it was like, we went through these voters. There were 500,000 people that don't even live in the state anymore. And those are just voter rolls where the people don't live in the state anymore, but they didn't vote. They just moved. But it's not like they purged their voter rolls, so they just moved. Like nothing happened. There are so many claims like this that people make about voter registration to try to make it sound like something mischievous or bad is going on, and nothing is actually happening. Yeah. So maybe they just want access to fabricate more theories or some bullshit like that. It involves Republicans.
The only thing I've seen is the Republicans were actually doing it.
Yeah, in some cases, yeah.
But it's like small amounts. It's like nobody should give a fuck about the amount. Like it's so small.
Mm-hmm.
And they got tried.
His arguments here are decently grounded so far. It's about reasonable apprehension going towards the level of force the officer should use. Connor seems to think cops should be able to detain/disperse people the second they touch an officer. Here's the issue that I have, and I have the same issue really when it comes to a lot of things for you guys, especially when it comes to driving. For concealed carry people, when it comes to handling a weapon, is you should be maximizing for your own safety, at the very least. You should be maximizing for your own safety and the safety of others around you at all points in time, right? Like, I check both ways when I go into one ways, because I don't know if someone's fucking driving the wrong way. Like, I'll do that, right? Or if the light turns green, I usually still check to my right or left, because I don't know if some guy's going to come fucking barreling down the street. Or if there's some guy that's acting like a retard, I'll give him the right of way, because even if I have it, just because I'm not going to sit here and I don't want to die for my lane. Same thing with like concealed carry weapon permit. Like if you're carrying a gun, you have to act like an uber bitch. Like you should act like very passive, very conciliatory, very retreating, like the entire time, because you know that if you get into a fight, there's a much higher chance that somebody's going to get killed if you have a gun on you. For a police officer, I don't know why that police officer was getting so vicious for seemingly nothing was happening. Like that level of viciousness.
The ICE agent?
Yeah. Why he was shoving the woman around, I don't know why. I don't know what the purpose of that was. There's no part of an arrest that requires you to push somebody away into a snowbank. I don't know why he started macing the one guy. I don't know where that mace came from. I don't know why he felt the need to do that. That officer was just taking insanely escalatory steps at every part of that interaction. And keep in mind, this is a federal officer, right? So it's not like he's there, busting somebody's ass for a speeding ticket or some Minnesota law. He should just be there to protect the federal agents that are doing their federal job. So I just don't understand any part of that interaction. According to Connor, the difference between dispersion and detainment is impertinent to the argument. What? Oh, not pertinent. That's a word? Impertinent?
Impertinent.
Have I ever used that word before? It's impertinent. That's not pertinent. Pertinent.
It's impertinent.
Pertinent. That doesn't sound like a real word anyway. Pertinent. This is not pertinent to the argument. It's impertinent. Okay. The problem is that, like, and here's the thing, is that the officer wasn't arresting anybody. I don't know why people keep saying this. Sean said this a lot as well. The police officer was not detaining anybody or arresting anybody. He was just pushing a woman around.
Yeah, at the start, yeah.
Connor was saying that he wasn't trying to detain the lady, just disperse her. What? You don't
can't just shove people.
Yeah, what are you
Disperse them.
talking about? This is not a real thing, guys. I'm going to disperse you by shoving you away? Like, there are cases where that maybe could be the case. So if I think, I'm not trying to make it politically charged, but like for January 6th, where you're trying to push somebody out of like a doorway who's trying to like get into a building or whatever, and you're like getting crowded, sure. But like just on the street like that, like the cop was like, I'm dispersing you. Whoo! You just push somebody over? Why would you do that? No. Just watch the Connor debate. Still getting snippets from chat. I mean, Connor said he wants to talk about it at some point, so I'll probably just wait until I talk about it. You know? Connor said Alex Preddy was interfering with a detainment and committing battery on an officer. I don't know if he said that. I seriously did. Said that'd be crazy. You called it though. You're definitely going to have a bridge burning with him. No, I don't think so. We can disagree a lot.
I think it'll be a-okay. But you might walk away from it thinking less of him.
Well, I think we disagree on quite a bit of cop shit, don't we?
You might.
And I'm like the bootlicker in my community, so. Preddy ran up to him and elbow checked him? Do we have...
Can we just watch the fucking video?
Yeah, can you show me the angle where he's getting elbow checked? One of the really sad things, and this might just be me reading too much into it, or maybe just the two angles I've seen, is it really seems like the Alex guy was doing everything he could to be like, oh, like his hand is like up here at one point, I think. Like he's trying to make it look like he's like very obviously not touching or doing anything to the officer. I don't know. That's what Connor said happened. Whatever. Do you still have United Healthcare stocks? Trump fucked healthcare stocks by increasing payout for Medicare Advantage with 0.09% instead of the expected 6%. I don't understand what that means, but okay. I have money managing people now, so I don't know what they do. I can go check.
Your stock's down 20% in one day.
Based.
If you have it.
I don't know if I think when I showed them my portfolio balance, they were like, why do you have these two at such high amounts? I'm like, look at my gains, motherfuckers. Don't question my methods.
I'm beating the S&P 500.
Exactly.
Are you going to do the Soul Link?
Maybe. I'm thinking about it.
Okay.
Oh, I think they are still holding it, I think. Well, today's gain
Today?
from United Healthcare, yeah. Wait, my YouTube just reset. I don't know why.
My heart.
Now's the time to invest, guys. That drop is emotional.
Yeah, doubled up.
I should. Now I'm curious, what do your money management people do? Investments and shit. So I think the goal, I should know this better because I had a bunch of meetings with them, but basically, if somebody's individually managing stocks for you, there's slightly more sophisticated techniques you can utilize for tax footprint and for balancing portfolio stuff. So like, if I own an ETF, that ETF represents a balanced investment across the entire S&P 500 or whatever the ETF is for. Theoretically, there are things called like you can do like loss harvesting, where you sell certain securities in certain years. If you think you're going to have more or less money you're making to minimize or maximize your tax footprint, you can sell and rebuy to up your cost basis or whatever. There's like little balancing things. It's not like a huge thing, but it's just like a little min-maxing investment thing, I think. Bullshit like this. Pisco wants to argue for the sake of arguing. He even loses track of his own point. He always has done that. That's why I've always hated it when he would come on, just trying to score. I do think Pisco I think he's one of those guys who's like, I'm in it for the game, which I like about him. I like that. I like arguing. It's fun to argue. But at least one person in the conversation has to be aware of that so they can kind of keep things on track. Otherwise, things can get really goofy really fast. Okay. Artie's Corp Fiction. You're my lawyer in chat. I'm feeling a little cucked right now. I have to review this and I haven't done it yet. Our MSJ is due in 3 days, and I love and respect every part of our court process, okay? Our MSJ is due in 3 days, but we don't have a ruling yet on our 12B1, on our motion to dismiss. I feel like, what do I do? I feel like I would like the feedback on the 12B1 before filing the MSJ, but it seems like...
What is an MSJ?
The motion for summary judgment.
Oh, got it.
I feel like I'm getting a little cucked here. I feel like not having that feedback, because I'm pretty sure you only get one shot at an MSJ and then that's it. Couldn't you amend it later? I don't know if you can. I think you do a briefing, right? So I think when you file an MSJ, I think they get a response and you get a reply. I don't know what Pixie's team strategy is. I'm so curious what do they really want to sit for trial? That just seems impossible to me. Because the Rose stuff now has to be completely thrown out. All they have is Abby, who hasn't been deposed and is in the wind.
It's all right. Your judge right now is writing his manifesto, and you're going to get sanctions too.
True.
He's just deciding how much to give you.
Can they just drop the case whenever they want? I don't know about that. I imagine like in the pretrial stage, sure. And then in the discovery phase, probably. But there's no way, or I'm sorry, in the pleading stage. I don't know pretrial. If you're like trials in like 3 days, can you just say, actually, we withdraw everything? Can you do it? I feel like there's no way, right? Check Abby's GoFundMe. Where? Link. If it goes to trial, will you stream it? I can't. It's in federal court.
You'll have AE News on the scene.
Is the strat not just to ask for discovery and leak as much as possible? Well, I didn't get any discovery from them. I never will, I guess. And all of my shit's leaked all over the fucking internet. What are you gonna leak of me? Will you sue for damages if your case is dismissed? I'll ask. I'll ask once this is over what my law firm thinks in terms of the realistic outcomes of that. Remember Fox News v. Dominion? Okay. Well, in like 30 minutes, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
An hour, actually.
Well, were you starting late?
I think so, did I?
Have you looked at any of the expedition thing or whatever?
Did you see the new augment?
I've seen one that everybody keeps spamming. I don't know what the second one is.
The good one that I saw, it's I think it was like a tactical or whatever, but you can wear like heavy armor and you can put a gun up your ass.
Are you sure?
Yeah,
I thought it was light.
It's one. No. It's heavy and it's one safe slot and you can put anything in there.
I saw that. That's like, I guess, cute, but like, do you really care?
Yeah, if I'm in a really bad spot and I'm dying, I want to throw my Venator up my butt.
Oh, okay. SMJ as a challenge can't be waived, so you can raise it before or after the court rules. Oh, subject matter as a challenge can't be waived. Oh. But how would you raise it as a challenge in your, like, is there a name for, like, after discovery is over before trial? Do you call that the pre-trial phase? How do you even raise SMJ questions there? You can settle a case right up until the jury returns a verdict. To that end, I would assume if a party wanted to drop a case at the same point, they could. Or they could just settle for nothing. That seems a little broken, but okay.
All right, let's see what you're after.
Shakers. Oh, you can buy guitars now. Did you see? I didn't know.
Have you ever noticed those streaks of light?
Have you seen the puzzle for how you used to get the guitar on Buried City?
I've heard of it. I've never looked at it though.
That were only manufactured during the Exodus.
You've never. Oh, there's like 15 buttons you have to push in
like
sequence around the map. Yeah, 15 of them. Yeah. Destiny, friendly neighborhood lawyer here. Technically, court doesn't have to roll in 12B1 before MSJ deadline, but if there's significant updates to the case after 12B1 ruling, you can amend the MSJ. Okay. I know they don't necessarily have to. It's just like feedback would be very nice, right? Like if the judge has some very pointed criticism related to the 12B1, then it would be nice to incorporate that into the MSJ, but I don't know, whatever.
I'd be a lot more into start.
Hold on, I'm just looking at the new things. Trophy display.
That I thought was cute, I guess.
Wow. Rob Gleek, thank you for gifting 5 tier 2 subbers. I understand they're like working on stuff. I get that. But hopefully next season, I do think they need to be way more ambitious with their updates and everything. They're playing it very safe.
Yeah.
My guess is, if I'm being nice, that like obviously the game made way more money and the player base is way bigger than they expected.
They weren't ready.
So they're
for
having
this.
to update their roadmap and everything more than they thought. But yeah, they need to be a little bit more, and by a little bit I mean a lot more ambitious. Yeah. I might also be a little bit biased because I grinded the fuck out of this game, so I've cleared like all the content in like a month or less, probably. So yeah, maybe.
Yeah, I'm just getting to where now I have all of my skill points, but I'm like 30 days out, I think. So yeah, you grinded the fuck out of this.
They also just got off like a 3-week winter break. Oh yeah, because they're Swedish, so they don't even work the whole year. They're fucking slackers. True.
New project. Trophy display.
One bad update can kill a game like this, but no big updates will also kill it. Wow, good point. There are bugs with a fire rate on the kettle and Venator, by the way. Are they bugs or are they ghost nerfs? I don't know why you would ghost nerf.
I read it was a ghost nerf.
Yeah, I don't know why you would ghost nerf and not just put things in your patch notes, but I don't know.
I don't know either. Probably for the average retard who doesn't read patches. Apparently it was a 20% on the kettle, the Venator, and then there was another gun. 20% fire rate nerf.
On the Bettina, I think? What was the other one?
I think you're correct, yeah.
Yeah. You can just file it as a motion dismissed based on like a subject matter jurisdiction. It would just be a pretrial motion, but you can raise it during trial, potentially even after. Oh, okay. Oh no, not the Bettina. It was the Berletta. Yeah. Oh, it's a bug, Destiny. They said on Discord they're looking into it. Okay.
Troll face.
Troll face.
Whoops. Dude, people in my category, or I guess it's ours, have 200,000 at the top.
Bro, they're really good trials. Yeah. Like, you can farm the fuck out of points for these.
Yeah.
If you're anything about Gnome being fired from DHS and reassigned to an ambassador position, I feel like she's here to stay.
Seems like Republicans are doing a bit of turning on her too. Not in mass, but I saw one guy talking about it this morning.
No. Maybe, yeah. The Berletta, not the Bettina. The Bettina's already dog shit as it is. Okay. I've used this Bettina, but now the Bettina is not dog shit. The issue is just that it eats up ammo like crazy. You just have to like view it as basically almost like a Stitcher tier gun. It's so much ammo. Have you seen the post people are spreading saying you view bot farm yesterday before you went offline? The people spreading it are pure Hassan fan copium. No, you can link it. That is one of the reasons I went offline though. I had it, that panel I found out was offline. So I went offline for that too, but because having 50 million people saying viewbot, viewbot, viewbot over and over again is fucking annoying. So like, she's getting deported to the border, and she was rumored to be getting let go pre-drama Destiny. Destiny abruptly ended his stream after accidentally selecting the wrong number of viewbots. True. Also, I was viewbotting during my optimal stream content of reading an article about Trump's health. Caught in 4K. He's getting like 3 to 5K live viewers. I checked his channel earlier and he was at 10K. I figured he was botting that, lol. Definitely no one watches this pedophile. That's why he's crashing out so hard. Even 3K is him botting. He rarely cleared 2K at his height before his Twitch ban. Only cleared it when there was some drama or something. I recall people talking about how he had an abnormally low viewers/commentators ratio, even at just 2 to 3K. I don't think it would be crazy to peg his real viewership between 1 to 2K. Okay. Hasn't this happened multiple times before? Yeah, but people just, whatever. Every time I play games, my viewership tanks, because I'm not a game streamer. Which is fine, I don't care. And then if I do politics, my viewership goes up. But then people will be like, oh my god, his stream is dying. Oh my god, his stream is dying. Oh my god. And then I'll get 10K like, why did they watch this pedophile? He must be botting. And then I just repeat ad infinitum.
I mean, your viewership hasn't even been that bad when you've been doing ARC, though. Like, because you've been doing politics on the side. So
if I do politics first, it won't be that bad.
Yeah.
But if I do just gaming, it'll be like 3 to 4K.
Just gaming, yeah. Only 4K, by the way.
Haha, there's no way 114K people would ever watch Pestiny. Well, millions watched him get publicly spanked by Finkelstein. Like the petulant child he is. I feel like Finkelstein was one of the most blackpilling debates. I can't believe so many people watched clips of that, or Hassan, and they're like, well, actually, when he got his name wrong 50 times in a row, he actually owned Destiny then. Jesus. What's funny is I've never heard Destiny focus on his numbers like Hassan. Does Hassan even focus on his numbers? Or, like, does he say anything, or just mean, like, mentally? A lot of streamers have a lot of difficulty dealing with low numbers. But I feel like if you know where they come from, I just feel like it's not that big of a deal. Like, I know there's some content that I'll do that will get high viewership. I know there's some content I'll do that will get lower viewership. If there's content that I do that I think will get high viewership and it gets low viewership, then I have to refigure what's going on. But your camera has something blocking it? Yeah, it's called your mom. She's unstoppable.
fuck is this gnome doing?
Monitor. Just zoom in. Oh, too late. Asmongold is crazy scared of low numbers. Yeah, that's why he would play. People make alt accounts and everything, right?
He's gonna have to make a new alt account soon.
I watched it before I knew about you, and it blackpilled me so hard, LeMayo. Yeah, Jesus. I prepared so much for that. The capstone of all my academic research, and then I hated
The
myself.
Finkelstein debate?
Yeah, Jesus. Had I went to Israel before that debate? I think I had, right? Oh, no, I don't think I had. Because I interviewed Benny Morris about it after the debate, so no, I hadn't gone yet. He said so many crazy things in that conversation. When he was like, I can't even fathom the mind of an Israeli. And I'm like, you can't even fathom? Like, I can understand thinking that somebody's gross or disgusting or is engaged, but you can't even fathom? You can't even imagine the mind of, like really? Seriously? I don't know. Are live viewers more important than video upload viewers or vice versa? I mean, it just depends. Some people are more
Depends
YouTuber
right?
uploaders than streamers. So some people are more streamers than YouTubers. Now it's just live viewers really on Kick for me. But listen, I had a few big people reach out to me yesterday via email. So hopefully we'll see if anything comes from that.
Was it good stuff?
Well, just like other really big, or I guess, there you go.
Holy shit.
Shut the
Israel's
fuck
paying
up.
you?
Not that much.
Dude, how much?
That's over 10 years, so.
Oh, okay. All right. I mean, that's still a lot.
How come no one even took into consideration that Benny Morris was greenlighting your takes? Yeah, it's stupid. Well, but like, if you push him really hard, a lot of people just say Benny Morris is a pro-genocidal guy, even though all of them are citing his works anyway for like the Nakba and the 48 and everything stuff. Yeah, I don't know. I think that one clip also, because whatever people see first is a thing that sticks strongly with them. There was some clip that, I don't remember if it was Mike from PA or Hassan that lied about it, who said that at this part, like, Benny Morris is laughing at Destiny because he's so wrong or dumb, when it, like, that very obviously wasn't what was happening. He was laughing at Finkelstein for being retarded or whatever. So, but I think a lot of people believe that.
Finkelstein is such a stupid fucking name.
What do you mean by that?
It just sounds like a, I don't know, like a meme name.
You see, you should have seen the rest of that terrible hit piece that also goes into that debate. Wait, what? No way. Wait, isn't that the name of... somebody on... Wait, they got 67k views on this random video, only 57k on mine. Damn. That must suck. Sorry, and the Fairly Odd Parents.
Oh, that's Dingleberg. Dingleberg.
Oh. How would I mix that? Why would that? Okay, weird.
Oh, Dinkle.
Quotations. Some even pull.
God, talk about over-preparing for a debate. Oh my
That
God.
Zionism must be inextricably linked to.
Debate about said issue. This is something that has led to criticism that he only gets a broad and unnuanced view of an issue because of this, which can lead to treating intensely sensitive.
Else, and we're like, oh, I remember that thing from this thing. I remember like vaguely that.
Yes, his research kind of famously begins with bad faith. We don't.
Oh God, don't. Okay.
What, you talk poorly about black people?
It ties into what we talked about earlier, where in order to keep selling his image as this rational non-ideologue, he has to paint anyone more progressive than him in a completely unhinged and unreachable bad faith light. In addition to his more incendiary stances, at least for someone purportedly on the left, Destiny has garnered.
I don't... A non-ideologue? One trap that this person falls into a little bit in this video, and it's funny because I actually even say this, is that, like, I fully admit that I say a lot of things that in my mind today are, like, red flags. Like, if I hear anybody say that they're nonpartisan or centrist, or if any part of their name has like rational or whatever, I'm always like, okay, I'm about to hear the most retarded shit in the world. You're either going to be insanely fucking stupid or you're just a mask on conservative. But I'm also open about that. But again, I also feel like I have a whole history of stuff you can look at. My positions are pretty well defined. I feel pretty strong that like I don't think anybody on the conservative spectrum would deny that I'm pretty left-leaning. I don't think anybody would deny that I like guns. I have some conservative positions. I'm like a capitalist, free market guy, or open market, or free market, yeah.
Garnered some criticism for the research he prides himself on. It is part of his Twitter bio. Now, I'm not going to say he only reads Wikipedia, but his approach to research is one he's talked about before and one that has some obvious failings. Failings that go hand in hand with the way he already treats people. In this brief clip from an appearance on Lex Friedman's podcast, he gives a bit of insight into his research process.
Let's say there's like a totally new topic that I'm researching. I don't know anything. And I'll do a couple of these on stream. I think they're boring, but people watch it. I might open a Wikipedia article and I'll read, and I hit something I don't know, and then I open the next Wikipedia article and I'll read it, and then I might have like 7 tabs open, and I'll read and I'll read and I'll read. And I'll read a ton of stuff, maybe for an hour, 2, 3, 4 hours of stuff. And then by the end, someone in chat will ask me, like, do you even remember like this particular thing? And I'll say, not really. No, not too much. But what happens is as long as you've seen it once, what'll happen is like the next day or the day after, we'll read something else and we're like, oh, I remember that thing from this thing. I remember like vaguely that.
Yes, his research kind of famously begins with Wikipedia. Something shown extensively in various research streams he'll do to brush up on issues often leading up to a debate about said issue. This is something that has led to criticism that he only gets a broad and unnuanced view of an issue because of this, which can lead to treating intensely sensitive issues with a kind of cold detachment. And
This is like the smartest stupid person I've ever seen, because they include so much of my clips and enough to debunk. Because like some of this I wouldn't disagree with. I don't have a super ultra nuanced detailed view of a lot of things. But it's funny because after I started Vyvanse, I've literally said this. I don't trust any take I've ever given prior to 2023. I don't trust any of those takes if I haven't done actual in the fucking weeds research on it. Like I want to read a court case. I want to read a paper. Like I need to read because I don't even know how much research I did in the past. But also, my other complaint is that people don't even have like general levels of knowledge about things to debate things. The people have very strong positions on things. They don't even have a general base of knowledge, let alone domain-specific knowledge, let alone like subject-specific research. Like that's like way, way, way off. But I'm also like very open about that. I don't sell myself as an expert in everything. I just think I'm decently well-read. I can put my mind to a thing and research if I really need to, and I can have like a pretty high-level conversation if I'm like putting weeks of research into it in advance. But I think I sell myself pretty honestly there. Never said that, like, if anything, I feel like one of my big criticisms of my career, and I think I've had to move back on, is I was way too deferential to education prior to, I don't even know, probably this last lawyer arc for sure, that I'm too deferential to higher education.
Honestly, I don't know if that's because of the surface level research or his regular emotion.
Oh, having a cold detachment from things too has nothing to do with, well, I guess it could have something to do with the type of research you do. But I'm also open about my cold detachment. I have cold detachments because I'm a white guy who's at the end of the day not like super deeply emotionally invested in a lot of this, and that it doesn't have like a super deep emotional impact on me. In some ways that's good. In some ways it could be bad. Sometimes people that are emotionally impacted by things can convey or communicate a thing that you would never get, which is why it's good to listen to other perspectives. In other ways, it's good because it allows me to debate certain topics that aren't going to get me as emotionally rattled, because I just don't have the same personal investment, so it's easier for me to debate the topic. Sometimes it can be very difficult to debate a thing when your own like identity or whatever is on the line. That can be a very difficult, frustrating thing to debate. But again, I'm open about all of this as well. I mean,
he only gets a broad and unnuanced view of an issue because of this, which can lead to treating intensely sensitive issues with a kind of cold detachment. And honestly, I don't know if that's because of the surface level research or his regular emotional detachment. When you're debating creators like Nick Fuentes or Aiden Ross, I'm sure reading just a few words from any source is more than enough to disprove them. But what about when Destiny is, on rare occasion, confronted with a real academic? Wikipedia can be a wonderful resource and is often extensively cited, meaning there are plenty of sources you can go and continue research for particularly sensitive or complicated topics. For example, the ongoing genocide in Gaza by the Israeli occupational forces. The problem is when Destiny's need for adversity, his willingness to argue any debate, sight unseen, and his research, which usually consists of memorizing factoids to base position around, all combined.
Also, I don't know if you guys are aware of this. I don't know if this person is actually 30 or whatever. Factoids is just like a slur for research. I don't know if, I think they're using it in this manner. I don't know if everybody's aware of that. Sometimes people use factoids as like trivia or like, oh, factoids,
That's
you know a lot of
what I thought
factoids.
it was.
No, factoids is like a slur against like, you don't know anything about the subject. You just have a couple random things memorized, a factoid, basically. I think at one point, maybe in the inception, factoid might have even implied it wasn't correct. But like a factoid is like an insult against like, oh, you just have some factoids about this thing or whatever. Yeah.
Which brings me to a fairly recent public embarrassment for Stephen when he debated Norm Finkelstein, an established historian and specialist in Holocaust history, about the Israel-Gaza occupation. Now,
so like, I would never do Wikipedia reading to debate an academic on a thing. I would probably read their papers, because if they're an academic, they're probably published in the field, and then I would read their response papers, like I did with the one guy that debated Vosh. I don't remember his name. The guy, it was on the trans issues, but he published a paper on it. It's like, oh, we just read his paper. Got all his arguments right there, pretty easy, and we can read a response paper if they have it, or if other people responded to him. But my debate against Finkelstein, that was not Wikipedia research. That was a lot more than that. All my notes are publicly available on that. Also, Finkelstein is not an academic. He's a pop historian guy.
Now, Norm is somebody who has a PhD from Princeton. He opens by citing the writings of several prominent scholars on the issue of the genocide in Gaza.
What is Norm's PhD even in? There's no way it's in history. It can't possibly be in history. Norm Finkelstein. Okay, political science. Okay. So maybe a little bit of overlap, but not necessarily. What was his thesis on? Is on Zionism. Nice. Which could be more I don't know what his thesis is on specifically. That could be some kind of related, but your easiest tell for historians to know whether or not they're an actual historian of a given thing or not is whether or not they speak the language. There are no real historians that study a place or a history that can't speak the language. That's just not, you can't. You have to be able to read the original source material. You can't rely on translations for that. Insofar as any research I've ever done on historians or whatever, it's just, yeah.
Because when people do research, they read books. In fact, all of the other debaters opened with much more knowledge than Stephen, who just comes in swinging with a Zionist playbook, accusing those Arabs of being too darn violent, basically. Where apparently asked why he doesn't read full books, he simply admits to Googling around when something sounds fishy and then taking various passages out of context, as if singular quotes are all that's in a book where none of the words are related to one another.
That's my argument verbatim. And actually, that's exactly what Finkelstein did in that debate. I always say that, like, if I'm getting something from a book, I think one of the things I say is that, like you can read the sentence, that's not going to give you almost anything. You can read the paragraph, that might give you more. You can read the chapter and understand who the author is. And I think that if you're willing to read the chapter where it comes from, that's fair. But I think my ultimate position on this, I think I half memed about this, but I wasn't actually memeing. A few months ago, I don't remember who did this, but there was a writer who said something in their bibliography. They cited a book or something. I don't know if somebody was challenging them on their citations or something. And I think the author was like, I don't cite passages from books because you can't read a passage from a book and understand it. I'm citing the book because this is the work that I'm relying on. And if you haven't read it, you're not going to understand it. And I was like, that's actually fucking Giga Chad. And there's a lot of truth to that. But I've spoken about all these things before. That's true. You can't just quote mine. But that was my big issue with Finkelstein was quote mining Benny Morris. Imagine saying, here's a quote from your book where you say this. And it's like, okay, well, the author's right here. He wrote the book and did all the research for the book. I don't know why you're giving him a single quote and telling him what he meant in the book. So that's a very weird criticism to give.
You can tell he takes his approach in the following clips, by the way.
I never hear about the fact that the majority of the land that was acquired happened by purchases from Jewish organizations of Palestinian Arabs of the Ottoman Empire before the mandatory period in 1920 even started. Funnily enough, King Abdullah of Jordan was quoted as saying the Arabs are as prodigal in selling their land as they are in weeping about it. That's part of the reason.
You have not read him.
What he said.
I've read him.
You can't even understand him. He's right here.
Believe me, I'm a lot more literate than you, Mr. Borelli.
So in this, when people use quotes, I'm glad I did it here. This is a good example. The thing that quotes can be a powerful tool if you have the context around them, right? My biggest, especially when you're debating history, and you should know this by modern politics, right? You would never take a quote from Donald Trump to establish what's happening in the United States or what's happening with U.S. foreign policy, right? You have to contextualize all these things. Because politicians say things and they don't necessarily mean them, or they say things and they're signaling other types of things. That quote from King Abdul there, though, I had given the context around that. The majority of the land was purchased by I forget the name of it, the Jewish National Agency or whatever. I don't know what they're, not Jewish National Agency. I don't know what they're called. But it was there were two companies, basically big organizations that were formed to buy land in the Ottoman Empire and then the post-Ottoman Empire. And most of the land that the Jews got were done via land acquisitions from idle tenants, basically, under the Ottoman Empire. And then after providing the context, then I give the quote from King Abdul, and the Arabs weep for their land as prodigiously as they sell it, or something like that, right? So I'm not just quote mining there. I gave the historical context, and then I gave a quote to reinforce the historical context. And then Finkelstein's reply is to scream at me, One thing that you can always tell, and this is just absolutely true, is if somebody is throwing credentials at you, the person is either not very intelligent. That sounds really mean, but I mean that in the most brutal way, like either an IQ or a fact memorization check. They're either not very intelligent or they've given up on the argument and they're just trying to be bad faith. If you have credentials over somebody, then you bury them in knowledge. Then you just have the knowledge. And like when it comes to Israel Palestine, I'm very confident that I could bury anybody with any side of the debate on that if I wanted to, because I know so much about both sides. But I wouldn't sit here and say like, I've studied this I know the thing, I blah blah blah. I would just like, oh okay, well what about A B C D E F G? I would just like give you the information. So for a guy to scream at me over and over again, I've read all the books. Okay, well then give me the information, Captain. Like if you read it all, if you know it all, then tell me the thing. Like
King Abdullah of Jordan.
Why am I wrong?
Was quoted as saying the Arabs are as prodigal in selling their land as they are in weeping about it. That's part of the reason. That's exactly
You have not read him.
what he said.
I've read him.
You can't even understand him. He sits right here.
Believe me, I'm a lot more literate than you, Mr. Borelli.
I'm gonna believe the guy that wrote
you read
stuff.
what Wikipedia said.
That's great.
I
And you don't
read
even speak Hebrew. You call yourself an Israeli historian.
I
We're all on different grounds.
I just want-
if I could just respond. Well, no, I'm just saying that there were two tricks. That's fine. There were two tricks that are being played here that I think is interesting. One is you guys claim that the Leahy was trying to forge an alliance with Nazi Germany because of a shared ideology.
That's what they said.
Yeah, but hold on. No, wait. No. It's about what you said. You brought that up to imply that Zionism must be inexorably linked to.
No,
I'm sorry.
No, you're putting words in my mouth.
He starts doing his regular prodding debate shtick, chuckling and sneering, but when his conversation is with established historians, people who have respect for one another, it feels different. It's no longer engaging. It just kind of becomes embarrassing posturing to watch. He is sitting at the big kids table, but nobody in the room seems impressed.
This is so, I just break people's brains, I guess. I don't know. Benny Morris was the only big kid at the table. I was ready to be a big kid, but I can also play with the little kids. I have no problem with that. No, actually, even though Muin Rabbani has insane positions, he could have been a big kid, although he was also willing to be a little kid. But Finkelstein was the one that destroyed this conversation. Finkelstein single-handedly torpedoed this whole talk. And it's funny, too, and if this person did any research for their thing, they would have actually seen that Finkelstein literally says, I'm not going to be able to find it. Finkelstein says when he goes on to Brianna Joy Gray, oh yeah, I was going into that conversation with the goal of just fucking it all up. That was my goal the entire time. Like that was literally his goal. So I mean, to blame me for that is, yeah.
Even the person he's arguing alongside seemed to wish he would just stop talking.
That Hamas was responsible for significant atrocities, and they made sure to include the plural.
There's a lot of tricky language being employed here. Do you think the 850?
It's called attaching value to words and not talking like a motor mouth.
You're saying from day one you believe this particular thing, and you clearly don't. You clearly don't believe this thing.
From day one, I said...
You said people died. That's not controversial.
Wait, hold on.
That's not controversial.
Mr. Bonnell, I attach value to words.
You said that.
Mr. Bonnell, please slow down the speech and attempt to listen.
Court is not asked at this present phase of the proceedings to determine whether South Africa's allegations of genocide are well-founded. They're not well-founded. They're not even well-founded. The court is. You said that plausible was a high standard. It's absolutely not. It is a misrepresentation of the strength of the case against Israel, just like the majority of the quotes they have in this case are. And also, you said it was an extremely well-founded case. They spend like 1/4 of all of the quotations, some even pulled from the Goldstone report, that try to actually deal with the intent part.
He starts talking about playing tricks and argumentative.
Like, I don't understand, unless I'm brain broken. I'm not this person. Like, I'm like pulling fact out of fact out of fact out of fact. Like, this is the case. This is what they talk about. Here's the citations from the case, because I read the whole case. It was like 70, 90 pages or whatever. And I read a lot of the underlying material as well. And I'm familiar with a lot of the underlying material. And Finkelstein is just screaming at me, Mr. Borelli, I attach right. Like, how this is making me look bad? Hello?
Some even pulled from the Goldstone report that try to actually deal with the intent part.
He starts talking about playing tricks and argumentative strategies to obfuscate the conversation, and it just seems to confuse those adults in the room. Why doesn't he just stay on topic? Understandably, this draws a lot of emotion from Norm Finkelstein, who early on realizes Destiny is treating this gravely severe issue with the tact and respect of his regular pedantic internet debates.
I understand the state of mind, but for genocide, it's called dolus specialis. It's a highly special intent. Did you read the case? It is a highly special intent.
I'm going to ask you again.
Genocide. Yes.
Please stop displaying your imbecility.
Okay, I'm sorry you think the declaration of the judge is imbecile.
Don't put on public display that you're a moron. At least have the self-possession to shut up. Did I read the case?
My display on camera. You're putting yours in books. Okay?
I read the case around 4 times. I read all of the majority opinion declarations.
He didn't.
I read Aaron Barak's declaration.
Then why are you lying and saying plausible high standard?
Because I said even reaching the benchmark of plausibility is a very high standard in the world.
Not true.
It's the equivalent of a regional player qualifying for an Olympics. It's still 2 steps removed. You may not be on the team, and you may not get a medal.
It's just the prima facie satisfaction of the elements of the case that are being asserted, and not it's just, the plausibility standard for the court here is what they're basically saying is, does the allegation meet the threshold to satisfy the elements of this thing, and then are the parties involved people? It's like a standing question. That's all the plausibility standard here. Not like it wasn't evaluating the merits at all. I don't know. He couldn't understand this, but it's fine. Whatever.
But to get qualified, which in this context is the equivalent of plausible, you must be doing something pretty horrible.
That's
After
not
this
true.
spectacular display of being out of one's depth, I was curious what his reaction and wrap-up stream would focus on, and it became very clear that he instead
The
felt
funny thing is, because the ICJ and fuck the International Court of Justice, they have fucked up so hard with the way that they are viewed publicly, and they fucked up even worse at later rulings related to this. But they're not going to have this in their video. We actually listened to, I don't remember her name, but the old, I don't know if she was called the president of or like the highest chair on the ICJ, came out and she clarified to the BBC that plausibility standard was basically just a prima facie, do the elements satisfy the thing, do we have standing to view it? They weren't actually evaluating the merits at all. She actually came out and she clarified that later on a BBC podcast.
more slighted by Norm than anything else.
I don't think I bring up any of that in this debate. When you start looking at his other political opinions, you start to see like, or like every single opinion just becomes so obvious and predictable, and it's all just like super partisan, like anti-Western bullshit, basically. How much of this is academic gatekeeping? He tried to gatekeep, but it's not academic. Whatever he does is far outside of the world of academia. I don't know. It's just I would just call it trolling.
Now, he might say that he bases all of his views on facts and opinions, but his views on Gaza have not been inspired to become more nuanced. He hasn't really reflected. In this stream highlight from August 2025, he labels Pali protesters as being broadly anti-Semitic, seeing Israeli Jews and American Jews as the same, and also calls the story of Israel's founding inspiring as a justification for why so many Americans care. So he just, like, I don't know, bought the Zionist line or whatever.
Israeli Jews.
I mean, like, but that's true. Like, even if you hate Israel, and you can, I don't care, bro. At this point, they should all nuke each other. I don't care. But I mean, like, it is an inspiring story. And if anything, I usually use that line to attack the inability for current day Israel to sell itself to the West, is because the modern Israel is not inspiring. People just view the modern Israel as just a country that beats the shit out of all the surrounding poorer people. That's how they view it. Whereas in the beginning, it was like, oh my God, one Jewish state in the Middle East fighting every single Arab nation. That's an inspiring story. Whether you agree or disagree, whether you think they should have or shouldn't have, like, it's an inspiring story.
American Jews are very different people. I know that anti-Semites like to lump them all together, and people like to lump them together for some dumb reason. And the pro-Pali crowd, well, what's the difference between them and anti-Semites? But old people in America just love Israel. It's just a very historical thing. They just very much love they just all grew up loving Israel. Like I said before, Israel had a really inspiring story. It's like pre-90s or whatever. So I mean, it's pretty natural.
So again, we see the flattening of everybody to the left of him as just being completely unreasonable and unreachable bad faith.
Well, people who collapse Israeli Jews and non-Israeli Jews together, yeah, I think they do that. But that's like I'm probably talking in that clip about that. It's referencing there's an anti-Semitic dog whistle of like, go back to Brooklyn, Jew. That the majority of the Jews in Israel today are from the West, basically. I'm not even saying whether I find it inspiring, although I mean I would, but I think most people would. If the story of Israel created as a country and surviving the Middle East is inspiring. Again, maybe Genghis Khan's story is inspiring. I don't know his story as much, other than he fucked a lot of bitches apparently. Jesus, what a
views on a primetime airing.
Well, I have to tell you, Maureen, who I love to death, I've known him for 30 years. We met in the early 1980s. We had a fundamental clash over what you call tonal mode. Because Maureen said, I am going to speak not to them, but to the broader audience and enlighten them. And the facts and just ignore the other people in the room. And I'm thinking to myself, maybe you're going to do that, Maureen. But I am taking my sledgehammer to the porcelain vase. I am going to smash it to smithereens. So every time Maureen got into a serious mode, as he answered that thing called destiny, I'm just, what the fuck are you doing, Maureen? You are taking this sack of shit seriously. That is not going to happen on my watch.
Like, he openly says that he went into that debate with the goal of obstructing and being a piece of shit as much as possible. That was his goal, because I shouldn't be taken seriously. It was just insane to me that people, even with him admitting it afterwards, like, people are like, well, he was trying and Destiny was too stupid to keep up or whatever. It's like, okay.
Every statement of mine was prefaced by, you moron. I mean, do you know what it means, Bree? I prefer Brianna. Do you know what it means when you spent 42 years?
Is he afraid of getting owned by an internet tard? So, without seemingly, without trying to be spiteful, I guess, or sounding spiteful, you know what? I won't sound spiteful. Finkelstein is like a real life Destiny, kind of. Like, he has a reputation of, he's just a very, what's the word I'm looking for? There's a special word I'm looking for. Not esoteric, not bombastic. It's like an E word. What am I thinking of? Fuck. What am I thinking of? eccentric. That's the word. He is a very eccentric person in real life. That was true when he was in college. It's probably the reason why he didn't get his, I don't know if it was not his PhD or some honorary PhD or some tenured, his tenured professorship, I think, which I think some other loser Jew was fighting on the other end of. A crazy guy who I don't co-sign at all. Dershowitz, whatever, yeah. Dershowitz, yeah. But I think Norm probably got blocked from tenure because of his crazy attitude. We've also seen it in his multiple court case filings. Like Finkelstein is just a crazy person in real life. Not to say whether or not he's smart or not smart. He's not, but it's not related to that. He's just a very eccentric person in real life too.
Faith actors. Like, plenty of people on the left have said it. So many people on the left have said that you can be anti-Zionist without being anti-Semitic. It's a very well-held position. It just kind of seemed like lying at this point. And it can be bad.
Very much love I think grew up loving Israel. Like I said before, Israel had a really inspiring story. I think it's like pre-90s or whatever. So I mean, it's pretty natural.
So again, we see the flattening of everybody to the left of him as just being completely unreasonable and unreachable bad faith actors. Like plenty of people on the left have said it. So many people on the left have said that you can be anti-Zionist without being anti-Semitic. It's a very well-held position.
But that's not the question, right? There's also a lot of people on the right. Actually, well, there are neo-Nazis who say that you can be not racist, but be for white separatism as well. I mean, that doesn't really say anything of value. No, obviously people are going to say that, right? Nobody identifies as a bad thing.
It just kind of seemed like lying at this point. And of course, this is after the infamous stream where he went to Israel and joked with IDF soldiers that they shouldn't take videos of war crimes because it's impacting their popularity and public image, which he would later...
This was after that stream? Wait, which one? The Finkelstein one was before. Also, this was not... People sell this. People love this clip. This is not a clip to IDF soldiers. This is me at a 300-person fan meetup. And I think the question is like, what can we do to improve our image in the world? And at the time, the popular thing was these retarded soldiers were going into people's bedrooms and like putting on their dresses. And I'm like, why the fuck are you taking videos of this? You guys are fucking retarded. I mean, obviously you shouldn't do it at all. But like, if you're listening to this and like your takeaway is like, oh, Destiny's saying they should commit war crimes, but just don't record it. Like the level of bad faith you have to be on for this is insane. Like, why would I even if I loved Israel and hated Palestinians, why would I be pro-war crimes?
Would it be fair to say, and I'm no lawyer, and many people watching and listening will not be lawyers, but would it be fair to say that the key point that you made your initial order and ruling upon was whether or not there was a plausible case that should be taken on by the court of genocide in the case of Israel's actions in Gaza after October 7th, and you quite clearly decided that there was a plausible case. Is it right to say that's at the heart of what you decided?
You know, I'm glad I have a chance to address that because the court's test for deciding whether to impose measures uses the idea of plausibility, but the test is the plausibility of the rights that are asserted by the applicant, in this case, South Africa. So the court decided that the Palestinians had a plausible right to be protected from genocide and that South Africa had the right to present that claim in the court. It then looked at the facts as well, but it did not decide, and this is something where I'm correcting what's often said in the media, it didn't decide that the claim of genocide was plausible. It did emphasize in the order that there was a risk of irreparable harm to the Palestinian right to be protected from genocide. But the shorthand that often appears, which is that there's a plausible case of genocide, isn't what the court decided.
The plausibility standard is a prima facie analysis of the claims. It's a standing question. But this is like a law thing and nobody understands it, which is, well, I mean, Finkelstein should if he knows anything about genocide or law or whatever, but I don't know, whatever.
Your claim was just an obvious joke.
I think Israel has unique issues. There's one piece.
Like, this is not, I don't know, I don't even know. I've seen so many different claims about this that get passed around. This is not a group of like hardened IDF soldiers that I've been invited to give Israeli propaganda. This is just like a Destiny fan meetup. Like, what?
Advice I'll give you, okay? If you're joining the IDF, okay? Leave your fucking cell phone at home and stop taking stupid fucking videos, okay? Because everybody's fucking you with them, okay? And if you see...
Like, this is, like, is the takeaway from this really like Destiny saying that they should commit war crimes, but don't take video footage? Like, I don't know. That's...
If you see a soldier, okay, go into a fucking drawer, and listen, if you want to fucking wear a dress and you think it's funny, just don't fucking take a fucking video picture of it, okay? Jesus.
It's true.
While that may serve Stephen as a method of distancing himself from a morally reprehensible thing to say, it reveals how seriously he took the very idea of Israel perpetuating genocide to begin.
We weren't talking about genocide or war crimes there. And to be clear, you shouldn't wear dresses from people's drawers either. Like, you shouldn't do any of it. But like, we're not talking about a genocide here. I'm not giving advice to hide a genocide. It's such a stupid fucking...
It was always a joke to him, apparently. It's worth noting that one of the sticking points of the Finkelstein conversation had to do with whether the IDF had intentionally broken rules of engagement, which Stephen kept saying there was no way to determine, but would you believe that the historians and people...
There was no way to determine?
...who actually study history turned out to be right. This...
Okay. All right. I'm not getting baited by the rest of this video. I just wanted to watch some of the Finkelstein part. Why the IDF even take advice from Destiny? Because I am the secret Israeli super soldier. How the fuck did we even get down here? Oh, by this comment. Finkelstein pronouncing his name so many ways throughout the debate was the cherry on top, along with the visual that it looked like 3 adults and an iPad kid having a discussion. I also like how link for anybody who hasn't seen it before. Link to a cut of him, not the actual debate, of course. I like how it's so obvious, like, just the side you're on. Obviously, if I was calling him names, then it would be a debate tactic. It would be childish. It would be beneath the format or whatever. But because it's him, it's, like, based and epic. And, yeah. He's so washed. I'm realizing as well, the shit numbers he gets might be botted as well. He's a full-on 2K Andy now. Damn, 2K viewers is not the worst. Imagine if you're a streamer with 500 concurrent viewers. That's high. And you see that comment. How bad are you going to feel? This dude might actually do it. If he had any shame, it never would have gotten to this point. He's too angry to not do it in a way that doesn't also take someone else with him. Damn. Hasana's talking about this right now. Wait, was he? I don't know. He wanted to add 1,100 and added 110,000. That's 2 extra zeros. Not 11,000 since he does 15K viewers during big news. I wasn't even doing big news. They're hardcore attacking Hila. If you look at that Reddit from a statement she made yesterday, that she wouldn't care if ICE just went after actual predators and criminals. I don't give a fuck. I don't defend those two anymore. Okay. Look at what my MAGA parents were watching this morning. Uh-oh. How many viewers do you have right now across all platforms? Probably 13K, 14K, I don't know. Just kidding, 11.6K. I didn't turn my 1,100 viewer review about, I'm sorry. Oh Lord, we coming. Let me get this straight. You think that calling out leftists who create Dems to MAGA fascists is good for the country? I do, and I'm tired of pretending it's not. God damn. It's been a good 24 hours of normal Dems shitting on leftists. 226 likes, really? 9 likes. Man, we're really digging. Oh, did they just go through like quote tweets for Hassan stuff maybe? Or I don't know. 1,000 likes. The thing is, I don't even know if these are real people or if these are also just Russian bots that are trying to divide our side against us. Who knows, dude? They're going to raid polling places in the midterms and 2028. Did you see YouTube ignore your tweet but respond to that guy shitting you for off-platform? Oh, the substance dude is a crazy justical person. Anytime you make bad behavior allegations, so the YouTube bot will always respond to you. I've had like a fucking million people report me on YouTube for dumb shit like this. Following TikTok's sale to a Trump-aligned business group, our office has received reports and independently confirmed instances of suppressed content critical of President Trump. Gavin Newsom is launching a review of this conduct and is calling on the California Department of Justice to determine whether it violates California law. Megan Kelly. I know I'm supposed to feel sorry for Alex Brady, but I don't. You know why I wasn't shot by Border Patrol this weekend? Because I kept my ass inside and out of their operations. Where were all of these demons when it came to Second Amendment arguments, right? Like, why do you need a gun that's that big? Or why do you care if the government's looking at your shit? Are you hiding something? I feel like these are similar types of arguments, but...
I want to show you something. Does that look like a gun? I think it does a little bit. It's a phone. It's black, like most phones. That's crazy stuff. I want to show you something. Does that look like a gun? I think it does a little bit. It's a phone.
What? Okay. Okay. Subs is probably hypersexuals alter harass more girls from Darius' stream. The Destiny stuff is a side quest base. Do you have an opinion on large percentages of protesters carrying at this rally? I said it before, like, on some level, I support concealed carry. On another level, when you start adding more guns to things, things get catastrophic very quickly, or they can get catastrophic, unfortunately. I think that the scary thing is that, not the scary thing, if you really want to make a difference, oh, this is weird. Yeah, we're in Fed posting territory. If you want to be effective with firearms in a group setting, you have to have some level of practice and coordination. So it would be better to have a few people who are organized than a bunch of people who are just concealed carrying. I don't mean organized to kill cops, we're just people who are on walkie-talkies and communicating and in contact with each other and all this or whatever. But yeah, Black Panthers basically, something like that, like a militia, maybe a legal one. Because a bunch of people, consider carrying are not gonna what? Are just gonna start pulling out their guns and blasting? Can you please explain why you don't think I'll try to rig the election? It's too complicated. There's too many moving pieces. Ryan Grimm is a foreign actor, or if he's not a foreign actor, he is basically like a tanky. Like he will always shit on the West, and he will always stand the enemies of America. I don't know why there are just people like this. Hassan, Ryan Grimm, Tulsi Gabbard, Hassan Piker. These people are all very predictable like this. Claiming that 350,000 people were wounded in the Iran protests and that they were all treated in hospitals is completely insane. Printing that figure is utterly absurd. The idea that 30,000 people died is equally ridiculous. Get it together, people! Get it together! By the way, 1 million people died in Iraq because of the United States. And maybe 1 million Palestinians are dead, by the way. Brianna Joy Gray, yeah. This flag belongs to liberals now. Fucking true. Reminder, the Gaza claim is unironically 600,000. My favorite was the last guy I talked to, the last Israeli I debated, was a very far-right guy. I think, is that debate public? He claimed that the number of people living in Gaza, the Palestinians are actually lying about it, and that number is only, there's only 800,000 living there, but they just lie about how many are living there to give themselves a greater right over. Bro.
The first step in an independent investigation is knowing who actually shot Alex Preddy. We still don't know. Do you know?
No, I do not know. I don't know where they're at. I don't know their names.
Sorry, hold on. I was going to say, I wouldn't expect Tim and the other guy to know. I mean, maybe it's not public, but that's Tim Walz. Okay.
Actually shot Alex Preddy. We still don't know. Do you know?
No, I do not know. I don't know where they're at. I don't know their names. I don't have anything. Tim, I think you summed this up. This is the world we're living in. The idea that you saw this, we all saw it, and then you watch Kristi Noem do that. I mean, I think will go down in history as one of the most egregious things ever to come out of administration, the way they talked about this. But the worst part of it is basically sweeping this crime scene, keeping us out of there. We were ready for this after Renee Good. So my professionals at the Bureau of Criminal Apprehension showed up with a court order that said we would be allowed on there to gather that, and we were still kept out. So yeah, I don't know. And you know how these crime scenes work. You ruin the evidence. You don't know what's there. And we're trying, look, I have a pretty good idea who did this, what they did, and what should come out of this. But when you do an investigation like this, what precipitated it? Were there more things there? What are we missing? We're not getting to see any of that.
I have a feeling neither of the people will be charged. Federally, they won't be. I don't know how the state, I just don't know what that conflict looks like. I don't even know if we have any historical precedents for the federal government hiding and shipping around federally. I have no idea. No civil rights violation probe into latest MS shooting. Sources tell MS Now. Why did they change this from MSNBC to MS Now? I just... It feels like Microsoft or... I don't know, it just feels wrong. Was it did somebody buy them or did they get sold or... As DHS takes over the federal investigation, current and former law enforcement agents warned that Trump's DOJ isn't committed to facts or fairness. President Trump's Justice Department has decided there will be no civil rights investigation of the fatal shooting of Alex Preddy, and instead 2 units of the DHS will investigate their officers and the man they killed, according to 3 people briefed on the steps and internal records reviewed by MS Now. CBP office will investigate whether its own officers followed agency policy in the shooting, according to the people. And another DHS unit will investigate whether the man who was killed, Alex Preddy, broke any laws. Well, no, yeah. The state could make charges right now. I'm 100% the only reason they aren't is because the Insurrection Act would be enacted. Yeah, that's what I mean. That's why I don't know how it would work if the state wants to charge for a killing that the federal government doesn't want charged. I just don't know what that looks like. Did you see the video of the cops telling the ICE agents to leave? Should local police do this more? It seemed effective. Maybe they should, yeah. I wish... One of the problems... I don't know what it's like on the ground for protesters. I think the average protester is a lot less radical than we think, just on the little bit I have seen. But like I said this before, and I hope it's happening, we really need to have a differentiation between the different types of polices. Like, because I saw some people on Lay Epic Reddit threads, but hopefully this didn't carry over the real world, saying like, oh, all police are fascist defenders and everything. It's like, well, you should be differentiating right now hardcore between your state and local police and your federal ICE officers, right? Same thing with your National Guardsmen as well. Joe Biden. We are so bad.
So far. Right. Okay. Right. Okay.
Did you see X beat the record? Yeah, last night.
Okay, and now...
Wait, does Forsen not use like the 30 thing start or whatever every time? Yes, he does. He does now. Oh, okay. He's starting to. He had someone come in and set everything up for him. Oh, the Richard Hananiograph. Deaths of ICE officers. Reported causes since 2020. COVID, cancer, firearm, cans of soup. Nice. They should, on this firearm, that was the self-injured one though, right? The self-inflicted, not by another person. Destiny, wasn't state police that came into Minneapolis afterwards and threw stuff to disperse the crowd? Like you can also tell by how much more organized professional compared to ICE/CBP. Maybe, I don't know. But dispersing crowds isn't necessarily a bad thing. Like if things are getting too rowdy or if it's past curfew or whatever the fuck and there's like, shit is getting out of control. Crowd dispersal isn't always bad. Like you're doing that to, because you're worried that it's going to start to get more and more cringe. The Ruby Ridge standoff in 92. During a surveillance operation, Officer Art Roderick shot Weaver's dog when it ran at them and then pointed his rifle at Weaver's 14-year-old son, Samuel, who was armed. Samuel fired back at the marshals and was shot in the back and killed by the team. In the ensuing exchange of fire, Weaver's friend Kevin Harris shot and killed Deputy Marshal William Francis Deegan Jr. Weaver, Harris, and members of Weaver's immediate family then refused to surrender. The hostage rescue team of the FBI became involved as the siege was mounted. In the standoff, FBI sniper Lon Horyuchu shot Weaver, then shot Harris, but the second shot also hit and killed Weaver's wife, Vicky. Jesus. The conflict was ultimately resolved by civilian negotiators, including veteran activist Bo Gritz, who eventually convinced them to surrender. Jesus. Sorry, hold on. That intro. Following his military career, Gritz became involved in various failed attempts to rescue prisoners of war associated with the Vietnam War, POW/marriage. Nice. Extensive litigation followed. Initially, Randy Weaver and Harris were tried on a variety of federal criminal charges, including first-degree murder for the death of Deegan. In the successful defense, Weaver's attorney, Gary Spence, accused the agencies that were involved with criminal wrongdoing, particularly the FBI, the USMS. What is USMS? United States Marine Corps? United States Marshal Service. The Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms, UTF. The U.S. Attorney's Office for Idaho. Acquitted of all siege-related charges. Weaver was only found guilty of violating his bail terms. The behavior of federal agents during these events drew intense scrutiny. At the end of Weaver's trial, the Department of Justice's Office of Professional Responsibility formed the Ruby Ridge Task Force in an attempt to investigate Spencer's charges. Their report raised questions about all the participating agencies' conduct and policies. Another inquiry was led by the Senate Subcommittee on Terrorism, Technology, and Government Information, which held hearings for this restore public trust. Several documentaries and books were produced. The law enforcement and government response to Ruby Ridge during the Waco siege, both cited by terrorists Timothy McVeigh and Terry Nichols as their motivation to commit the Oklahoma City bombing. Okay, I see this. I still don't know if this is as contentious as this would be, though. Damn, this really killed 167 people? They really fucked shit up. Holy shit. The FBI sniper was charged by the state? Yeah, but it sounds like it was ultimately dropped. Wait, dropped and then reversed? And then dropped? Hold on. The decision to dismiss the charges was reversed. But then the next prosecutor decided to drop the case. You think you could ever debate JF Gary Epi without mentioning his wife? Still missing, by the way. I don't really care much. Usually I don't get personal with people unless they get personal first. Like, I knew that one guy was a pedophile a few days ago. But I didn't, I don't know, it's just not, I don't give a fuck. As long as he's not raping my kids. No, I don't know. If the other person makes it personal, I'll get personal, but I don't really give a fuck otherwise. But if they get personal on me, ha ha, ha ha ha. Do you see Melania's movie as flopping? I don't think anybody knows anything about her. I don't even know what her life is like or if people would even care. You want to know who's way more interesting than I thought? I don't know why, but this was playing in the background while I was cleaning my apartment a few months ago. I think I mentioned this, was the Martha McStewart. Martha McStewart? No, Martha Stewart. She has a very interesting life, and she's a very intelligent lady and did a lot of business shit. I just thought she was like kind of worked in entertainment. I didn't know much of anything about her. She has a very interesting life. She spoke out on ICE. Nice. Haha. Do you know she owns Martha's Vineyard? Shut the fuck up. Do you think there are legs for the Epstein introduced Melania to Trump theory? I don't know. Haven't looked into it at all. He had one problem at a certain age, about 86, 87.
If you have a crack like this.
Like what? Sorry, that was retarded. No, I
Grand
just
Canyon
opened the
University,
thing. I don't want to see this.
believe in
Embed.
opportunity, And the American dream starts with purpose. By honoring your sacred vocation in technology.
Vadim thinks that I'm like helping fascists by punching left and.
Wait, they haven't had their show yet with Vadim and the other dude, right? The ogre boy.
Vadim thinks that I'm.
The retrospective 30 years from now is going to be so crazy. We won't even believe these people are real. I'm really worried about what that will look like. Like, I don't know where we're going to settle on the history. Like, are we going to be repeating in the future that 2020 was a potentially stolen election? Or that there are serious claims about voter fraud, or that Trump was just trying a novel legal theory, or... It's next Monday. Ooh, I might be out of town. I think I'm traveling around. The same way people say we didn't actually go to the moon. Yeah, true. Wow. 100k subs. Good job, Destiny. Do you feel unk yet? I always feel unk. No! I might be unk age, but I'm not unk spirit. Okay. Reminder of the tier list that made Hassan end his friendship with XQC. True. Oh my god, Hassan got so ass-made of this. Limeo, I saw XQC. Dude, the tier list phase, the tier list era on Twitch was like the ultimate fucking destroyer of friendships. Oh my god. Limeo, I saw XQC's tier list, and all I can say is Mizkif makes better content. I unironically hate him a little now, not gonna lie. Bro, fuck the tier list. It's irrelevant. I've been annoyed with him for a minute. It was the straw. Oh my god. I like how we're pretending being an RN is like being a surgeon, and not a career that is mostly populated with single moms who barely graduated high school. Damn, bro. It's not a CNA. It's a full-ass registered nurse. These guys can write prescriptions. And inject you with things. Chill. Have you read the Guardian article about the incredible flop that is Melania's movie in the UK? Oh, no. If you're getting soda from a fountain, are you mixing drinks or getting only one? In every fountain I've ever seen, it's usually mixed right at the nozzle. There's a nozzle that sprays a certain amount of syrup, and then there's carbonated water. He's asking if you mix sodas. Oh, fuck you, Moon. No? Why would I trust myself? To make a better soda than what the soda companies can make. Holy shit. Wait, how many? 67,000 likes? A would-be assassin tried to murder federal law enforcement, and the official Democrat account sides with the terrorists. I will vote for whichever candidate promises to have this guy executed live on television in 2028. Jesus Christ. But also, how do I like that tweet? Just kidding.
Man with an island.
Knock it off, you guys.
Take that away. What are you? Predator billionaire.
Wait, AI is so much better than this for voices. Why is the voice acting so bad? What?
Big man with an island.
Knock it off, you guys.
Take that away. What are you? Predator billionaire.
This is not AI.
City boy. I know guys worth none of that, worth 6 or 7 of you. You know, you may not be a threat, but you better stop pretending to be a hero. A hero? Like you? You're a laboratory experiment, Charlie. Everything special about you came out of a meme.
Christ. Wait, I didn't realize Nick Fury is Diddy?
Knock it off.
Oh, I thought this was Kanye at first.
You guys.
You're never wrong, only early. Unironically, the way they lied about Alex Preddy, there's way more normie people who have your position about prosecuting the entire admin. Good!
Wait, but I want to kill more people! Wait, I want to kill more people! I want to kill more people! I'm not done!
Greg Bovino being pulled out of Minneapolis be like. Philip Glass withdraws his symphony from the Kennedy Center. Oh, shit. You mean from the Trump and Kennedy Center, right? After thoughtful consideration, I've decided to withdraw my Symphony number 15 Lincoln from the John F. Kennedy Center for the Performing Arts. Symphony number 15 is a portrait of Abraham Lincoln, and the values of the Kennedy Center today are in direct conflict with the message of the symphony. Therefore, I feel an obligation to withdraw the symphony premiere from the Kennedy Center under its current leadership. Damn. Nice. Wait, is this the one, I'm sorry, who are you? I don't know if Philip Glass did scores for movies, but if he hasn't, he's undeniably influential for people like Hans Zimmer and everything. This is an incredibly influential composer, modern composer. Oh, Koya Stakak, whatever the fuck that song is, sure, yeah. Name 3 Philip Glass pieces. Philip Glass and Your Mom. What was the last one I listened to? I don't remember the names of any of these pieces. The last one I listened to of his is he has a piece where it's like an hour and there are 15 different lines that the group moves through at their own pace or something. What is this called? Oh, Metamorphosis. There you go. Oh, Metamorphosis 1, 2, and 3. There you go. Get fucked. Philip Glass was like after the atonal people came out and they were like, everybody's like, this sounds like shit. And he was like, well, maybe we can make atonal music that doesn't sound like shit. Wait, is it Metamorphosis? Oh, maybe it can be played on piano. Maybe it can be played on any instrument. That sounds like a thing that he would be able to do. There you go. Cool. Okay. Asana's talking about you. Is he talking about me?
About that than the public does. And from everything that I know publicly, I don't think that's true. I don't.
Stupid chiropractic place because he knew how bullshit the stuff that he was promoting was, but he was getting paid too much.
There's a lot of people that don't want things done to their neck with chiropractors. I don't think that that's unique. And also Hassan works out a lot. He could have had like back damage because he does a lot of working out.
First of all, no. Okay. Number one. Number two, if you don't trust chiropractors and you don't think that they can do healthy stuff to your body, then don't promote it! Then don't promote it! How hard is that? Then don't go there and say this is really good alternative medicine. Wait, did Asriel come out and defend Hassan on this? Hold on, we'll get to LSF. Wait. Don't leave me Hassan yet. We're not there yet. Zoran Mamdani will force all New Yorkers to read the entire Horus Heresy in chronological order. Is this a Warhammer joke? Koyanoyaksky, best scene. Okay. No one cares. The Horus Heresy is no joke. Shut up, Yanis. Rightoids make Minnesota sound so based. As a former Special Forces warrant officer with multiple rotations running counterinsurgency ops, both hunting insurgents and trying to separate them from sympathetic populations, I've seen organized resistance up close. From Anbar to Helmand, the pattern is familiar. Spotters, cutouts, dead drops, or modern equivalents. Disciplined comms, role specialization, and a willingness to absorb casualties while bleeding the stronger force slowly. What's unfolding in Minneapolis right now isn't protest. It's a low-level insurgency infrastructure built by people who've clearly studied the playbook. This person is not real. This isn't a bot. I don't care if you show me the person in real life. I would need to see their brain. They're a bot. This is a bot. 100%. Jesus Christ. FYI, Joe Lonsdale, the retweet, is a co-founder of Palantir. I want to be honest. I'm the meme for that thing. I don't know what Palantir is, and at this point, I'm too afraid to ask. Apparently, they do surveillance stuff that people don't like. I don't know much about them. I never looked into that at all. Reminder, they're comparing nurses and soccer moms to Al-Qaeda. True. We should watch a Palantir video today. Oh, true. Democrats would lose voters if they spend any time trying to court or making concessions to tanky shitheads. Fuck off, make your own party, and stop expecting that people are going to beg you for help. Quick Jeopardy question. It's the only U.S. state that touches 2 oceans. Which state? Texas? Does that count? Wait, no, Texas doesn't touch over there. Wait, Alaska? Texas doesn't go to the West Coast. My guess would be Alaska. You're definitely funded by them. No way you actually don't know. I wish they'd fund me. I'd take the money. So is Destiny just always right? Yes. Comrade, make this guy mod.
If J.D. Vance does not push for treason with capital punishment against Tim Walz, do not vote for him.
If this is kind of bull, I should be able to talk some shit about Asmongold getting killed if he can say shit like that. This is kind of, the asymmetry is very fucking annoying here. It's annoying because, like, this is what I don't like. This is us, the commentators, okay? Asmongold, Hassan, Destiny, whatever. And then this here is like politics. And it's like, this is like, it's a fake world. Nothing is real. We can say whatever, do whatever, blah, blah, blah. But as soon as Destiny's like, you know, somebody could fuck this guy up for saying this shit. Now these guys lose their fucking mind over it. Like, this is not a fake world. This is not, like, just pretend. I don't like how streamers engage with politics like it's just a pretend world. Like, I have a feeling that if I were to say, I think somebody should, like, execute Asmongold, I think he would lose his shit. I think he would get mad at me. But, like, when he's saying shit like this, it's totally A-okay.
If J.D. Vance does not push for treason with capital punishment against Tim Walz, do not vote for him. If Trump does not deliver that, do not vote for him. Unless the most extreme, dramatic, brutal, aggressive option is on the table, I'm staying home. I'm staying home, bro. I'm done. It'll never happen. That's fine. Then I guess he's not gonna win. He's not gonna get my vote. I'll tell you that. Yeah, you're not gonna get my vote. It's not gonna happen. Yeah, I sleep.
Oh, he responded to that tweet? It's obviously a bad idea to advocate for people to track down and engage in a hostile confrontation with a streamer in real life. Okay. Is this is still going? Let's see, 2.5 hours, 3 hours to how long did their debate last? Jesus, another 2-hour one? 2.5 hours? 3 hours almost? Whew. Donald Trump must fire Kristi Noem immediately. Hakeem Jeffries. Or Democrats will initiate impeachment proceedings against her in the House. I mean, it's not going to survive the Senate, right? Oh, it won't even get through the House right now. Maybe. I don't know where the Republicans are on this, but... Here's another unhinged Asmongold clip.
Bring back burning on a stake? Would I want to burn people on a stake again?
How old is this?
Absolutely. 100%. Absolutely. Why not? Why not? Yes, 100% I would do it. And like I did in the Divinity trailer. People love the trailer. Why not do it then?
Jeez.
Yeah, public stoning too. Yeah, fun for the whole family. Exactly. Yeah, why not? Public hanging? Yes, eat their meat? Maybe. I don't know. It depends on if they taste good. But anyway, yeah, my values and viewpoints on these are a little bit. I know that I'm relatively deranged, but I don't. Again, I think if more people, I think if everybody thought the way that I thought, society would be a utopia. It would be an absolute utopia. There would be no problems. There would be no issues at all. Everybody would just simply act in a way that's beneficial, and there'd be no problem. It's pretty radical. No, it's not. How is it so radical if everybody's been doing this forever? Like, yeah, somebody's a child rapist. Yeah, let's set them on fire. Why not? Like, really, what are we doing here acting like this is a bad thing? I don't think it is. I think it's great. And again, it sets an example for everybody else. It does. And I'm a big fan of that. I think it's good. And I know everybody, oh, you can't say that. You can't do this. Why not? What if it was your child? Well, then I definitely want it to happen, right? I mean, for sure, if somebody did that to my kid, absolutely. I'd rather not smell it. Hanging is...
That's not... I don't think that's what they... Or maybe that is what they meant. Who knows? Okay. 1 sec. Forsen reacts to a Charlie Booth. How old is this? 4 hours ago.
Oh, this is the Turning Point USA booth. There's a photo of the late Charlie Cuck here, and there's also some merchandise.
Oh no.
What did you say?
No.
Oh, there's a t-shirt with Charlie Cuck's photo on it. This booth is the most crowded, and everyone is buying Tying Point USA merchandise. You can see how influential they are.
A hilarious example of how much the administration lies and just how lacking in virtue these people are. The DHS posted a meme with the phrase, "We'll have our home again," a phrase from a white supremacist song. When asked about it by the New York Times, Tricia McLaughlin, is that how you pronounce her name, denied that the phrase was related to the song. There are plenty of references to those words in books and poems. A New York Times reporter points out that when you open the post on Instagram, the white supremacist song itself starts playing. McLaughlin denies this is true and accuses the reporter of spreading a left-wing conspiracy theory. She says he is the one mainstreaming racism. They then delete the post 40 minutes after the interview. Jesus. Okay. Less than 40 minutes after the interview on Thursday, the Instagram post, including audio from the song, disappeared from social media. Posts on X and Facebook, which did not include the audio component, are still visible. McLaughlin? Jesus Christ. McLaughlin. Eighth Circuit sides with Trump. ICE agents freed from Minnesota protest restrictions. The appeals court overturned a lower court ruling that limited use of force against protesters. The panel said the videos showed much of the protest conduct was not peaceful. Reminder that I hate the way that this stupid fucking social media platform works. They should ban this somehow. That your posts are deprioritized if you don't include a link. So you have no idea what the fuck this is referencing. You have no clue. Like, source, Fox News. Oh, okay. I have no clue what this is referring to or what happened, you know? Yeah. Who was here for it last night?
Come on. Boom! Boom! Back to the freezer! Boom! That's what I do! That's what I do!
By the way, if you want to test Asmongold on his moral consistency, Asmongold says we should be burning people at the stakes for crimes like pedophilia and rape and sexual assault and all that. Ask him if he thinks that if Tectone loses his case, if it goes criminal, if Tectone should be burned at the stake. You should ask him that. Oh, or Tectone's dad, too. True. What would you create with an extra 3.5 hours every week? I don't know. Save time with story blocks. How is Storyblocks saving me 3.5 hours? Create more with an all-inclusive stock subscription. What even is this? Trust Storyblocks to bring their ideas to life. Well, I'm not saving any time, I guess.
To see a community on my fucking dick. A community straight glazing my shit. I'm like, yo, is this Los community? Who's quote? Who's being hella racist in my shit? Why am I seeing hella racist shit? Classic, you know, classic. Ain't even had nothing to do with them, gang. Ain't even had nothing to do with them, bro. I see racist shit. I'm like, Los Polos calm, not racist. What the fuck going? Why am I seeing all type of shit in my? You feel me? And then I also start seeing shit like, Rage, you changed. What happened to the Rage that was doing this on Kick? Hold on, I just gotta reiterate something. Cause I don't know if you niggas is confused by clips or some shit. When I was on Kick, gang, anything you see me doing some edgy shit on Kick, this shit was paused, fucking hand moving. I'm not gonna disrespect Kick. You understand what I'm saying? But I was on there a lot of time really testing the boundaries, gang. I was like, yo, Kick, you can do anything on this bitch. I was trolling, I was doing all type of shit, you dig what I'm saying? But don't get it fucked up, I was never on you niggas' sides, nigga. I never was like, gang. I'm a funny nigga. I'm not soft. I can do jokes and all this shit, but don't think just because I'm joking around trolling that I think I'm on y'all niggas' side, nigga. It's fuck you. It's fuck Elon Musk. It's fuck Trump. And it's fuck ICE, nigga. I was never on you niggas. Are you niggas confused? I was never one of you incel lame ass niggas. Never. Never, ever, ever. Never. You niggas see clips and screenshots and think some other shit, gang. Are you crazy? Never in my life. Never. Bro, it's getting to a point though. Like we getting to the point where them losers think they like, bro. I avoid talking about shit like that on stream because what come with it is toxicity and the political ass niggas.
Damn, how mad would you be if you were a Kick and this guy says he just came to your platform to be an edgy racist guy, then went back? Damn, I'd be triggered. But I don't know how big the Los Pollos guy is. Is he really big or not as big? I like it when people differentiate themselves from audiences that think they're friendly with them. I always respect that. I like that. I feel like your rage generally stands on business. I don't think I've ever heard him say or do anything where I'm like, what a fake motherfucker. 10K Andy? Okay, yeah, even more respect then. Nice, okay. I have a tweet that is relevant to your rants about OnlyFans paywalls. Class action suit. Link to the case is in the reply. Oh, wait, hold on. There was nothing bad on that, but for example, can I read the name? Oh yeah. For example, Sophie Rain, Skylar May, and Mia Khalifa are three of the most prominent and profitable adult content performers on the planet. Each is an OnlyFans creator who charges his subscription fee to access their page, and each has attained extraordinary wealth through OnlyFans. Sophie Rain, for instance, claimed on November 27, 2025, she made $95 million on the platform over the previous 2 years. Jesus Christ. As shown in the below screenshots, when a fan seeks to buy a subscription to these creators' pages, OnlyFans expressly promises that the fan will have full access to the user's content. Consumers recently expect that proceeding with such transactions will grant access to each creator's exclusive adult content, but the pages contain none. Instead, virtually all posts behind the paywalls serve as mere advertisements and inducements to send DMs to my individual videos. True! That's why I tried OnlyFans like 3 times or twice. And it was like, fuck this. There were a few times where you would sign up and then it was like paywall. I'm like, wait, what the fuck did I just spend $10 for? I just horny posted $10 into the ether. Fuck this. And it's not even like, here's the crazy thing, okay? Maybe these were just for the OnlyFans that I signed up for. The crazy thing too, it wasn't like, oh, you paid $10 for an OnlyFans. Now you have to pay $5 for a video. Now you have to pay $8 for a video. It'll be like 9-minute normal sex video, $29.99 or some shit. I'm like, what the fuck? It's like $20, $30 plus per video. I'm like, what? They're not trying to nickel and dime you. They're trying to milk the Benjamins out of you. I'm like, Jesus, this is like a battle pass. Yeah, for porn. What the fuck? It's like a console game. You can get a better OnlyFans experience on TikTok. Women twerk for you in booty shorts. Okay. Saying we should have automatic death penalty for PDFs is different than everyone should go kill PDFs. I don't agree that much. I think that there is a difference, but I think there's far less daylight between those two positions than people pretend. Because, like, I've said this before, and I'll say this again. Like, there are some things in life that aren't as obvious, but then when you think about them, a little bit, they're more obvious. Like a government is never going to do anything illegal. They're just going to say that all the things they're doing are legal, right? So it's like, for you to say, well, I don't think we should illegally kill pedophiles. I think that we should just find all of them and execute them legally. And it's like, what? It's like the whole, like the world will never run out of oil technically because the last barrel will never be sold because it'll be like $1 trillion for, like, the price will get so high that people won't do it anymore. Yeah. Especially when you have an administration that's like so violent right now, I feel like there's not that much of a difference between saying those two things.
Chat, this tour changed my life, bro. This tour changed my life for the better.
How long was his tour? How many countries did he go to? This guy is fucking... I'm so curious how expanded his business is. Like, how many people are involved in just everything. In the planning, in the audio video, in the security, arranging trips, arranging events.
Seriously. This tour set open my eyes, you know, and it really made me...
Speed is literally speed running his redemption arc. Speed finished his redemption arc like fucking 2 years ago, mate. That's way over.
It sparked up something deep within me very deep, you know, like something from the root of me. It kind of like talked to me in terms of like I can do this. Obviously, like I've been already doing it, but I can do this. It's more personal, you know? And to come back to the motherland and to stream it all, stream 20 countries in 28 days.
Damn.
It's
That's a huge continent too, right? How big is God damn. How big is it really? World map. Africa's like 3 United Stateses. Jesus. It's a whole lot of people. Oh, if I heard a circuit break. Never mind. I fixed my my circuit breaker because sometimes the switch would flip and the thing would go out, and I found out that if you there are like little pieces of like a metal expander thing you can get, and then you just like twist it and it sticks, and you can just lock the circuit so it never fucking flips, and then you never have the power outages. I don't know why the fuck people don't just do this. That was a troll joke, by the way. Don't do that. You'll blow your shit up. Don't do that. That was a joke, by the way. Sorry. In case anybody takes us seriously. That was a joke. Don't do that.
what the fuck?
iShow Speed runs into the 3 forms of Majin Buu.
Brother, what the hell? What the hell? What the hell?
Jesus.
People's mouth like you.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a wonder we have crap going on in this country, like Minneapolis
let's talk about that,
on and on and on.
You say I'm lying and I'm spewing misinformation. The Trump administration, Stephen Miller, said that Alex Preddy, the guy that was unalived by
that
ICE
crook,
agents,
that domestic terrorist,
that he's a domestic terrorist and that he was an assassin there to commit maximum carnage. Do you think that's what he was there to do? Assassinate people?
Of course he was. Why didn't he stay at home? He was there to disrupt. There's no question.
No, he wasn't. He was there to
of course
observe and film, which is what he was doing. We saw that on camera.
Holy fuck. Do you know who IRI is?
Sir, why do you have 2 lunches in front of you?
Been here for 2 meals.
You're happy with that?
No, I just don't see much use in complaining.
He's this guy.
Seriously? It's a very useful tool. Complain, make people miserable, and then do what you want, make the misery go away.
We probably should say something. Maybe I can call one of the doctors I work
They're
with.
doing their best.
He's the pathologically happy guy. Something's wrong with him. He must have cancer of the something, because he's too positive all the time. I don't know if I've ever seen IRA angry before. Have you?
Can a man not bring a weapon to a protest? Do we not have Second Amendment rights?
Of course.
So then why did he end up losing?
You cannot pull a weapon on federal agents.
He didn't pull it.
Yes, he did.
No,
yes, he did.
They pushed him to the ground.
Plain as
The
day.
only thing in his hand was his cell phone. They grabbed his weapon. He didn't even pull it on them. He didn't brandish it.
Oh,
nothing.
yeah.
See, this is, I think we've identified the problem. Where do you get your news from? How do you find out what's going on in the world? Where do you go?
CNN.
You go to CNN?
Yes.
Then you would have
Everything
seen.
they say is a lie.
Okay, so why would you go watch a news source that lies to you?
So I go exactly the opposite. And every time I'm right.
You've been flagged for misinformation, man.
Oh, of course.
Jeez. Hold on. Did you see those Speed and his community were on the conspiratorial stuff in Egypt, implying they removed noses from statues to hide that it was all black and that current Egyptians aren't real Egyptians? Listen, you know is it a Family Guy meme What's the meme? No, it's not a family. It's like never ask a man his salary, never ask a woman her age, and then it's like never ask, and then you fill in the thing. You just don't ever talk to really anyone. There's no reason for any of them, black people, about Egyptian or North African history. You just don't approach it. There's no need, because either they're going to be normal or you're going to learn about Yaqub. There's just no reason. Don't go there. You don't need to ever go into that. Don't ever worry about it, okay?
Next.
See and download the Windows version. Next, go to the...
Wait, how do I install the Java then? It didn't tell me. The fuck? I just have a folder here.
Mod check GitHub and download the jar file. Finally...
What?
He's figuring it out, don't worry. What was he trying to do? Put in that multi-opener thing or whatever? Look at Asmongold's stream right now. What the fuck am I watching? Well, apparently you're watching Asmongold's stream. Why are you watching his stream instead of mine?
This is gonna help him. Duh. Of course. And he didn't pull ICE, he pulled force protection plus ups from other agencies, which your point illustrates. Exactly, yes. And this never had to happen. And I do have to say that, I mean, like, Tim Walz and the people that are running Minnesota, they totally fucked this up. They did. By not having the state police help, they've created so much unnecessary tension and animosity and hostility. Like, I don't know why the fuck they decided to do this. Do you know why 2,000 ICE agents were in Minneapolis in the first place? Well, I mean, what do you mean, do you know why? Of course I know why. It's because there were chaotic riots and people were trying to attack ICE agents, so they needed to bring in more people. Wait.
Did we just create a time loop circle in the same sentence?
Why did they surge 2,000 ICE agents to Minneapolis? Because people were attacking of course I know why. Because people were attacking the 2,000 ICE agents in Minneapolis. Get me out of here. Stop. Don't talk. I don't care what's happening on the stream. Stop. Yes. I want to get Himpavzi. What does that do? For routine prophylaxis in patients 12 years and older with hemophilia A or B without inhibitors. How many hemophilias are there? Prophylaxis for what? What does it help me prevent? We're about to find out. Bike accidents? Heat stroke? Okay. No mixing, no measuring. Okay. Okay. It could cause thromboembolic events and allergic reactions. Okay, careful. Does it just treat hemophilia? Is that what it is? Hold on. What is this? It is very important to talk to your healthcare provider using Factor 8 and Factor 9 products. Damn, how many factors are there? What the fuck? To treat episodes of breakthrough bleeding during treatments. Breaking through what? There's 12 factors, according to a Dr. Flair and a Jim Flair in chat. How many of you guys are like breaking the law in your country? If you're European and you're watching this, are you like seeing illegal shit right now? This is like child porn for you guys, right? As pharmaceutical ads. We got that crazy shit in America.
Drop it.
Oh. Himpavzi is a prescription medicine used regularly to prevent or reduce the frequency of bleeding episodes in adults and children 12 years of age and older with hemophilia A without factor 8 inhibitors or hemophilia B without factor 9 inhibitors. By Pfizer. Ooh, they're trying to do some crazy shit. Whew, careful. Destiny, every fucking TV ad here is some medication. And your name is Valak. So is that a German? Are you German? I thought it was illegal for you guys to... Search up Dymaxion map. It's probably the nicest world map with accurate area scale. Wow. True. What a nice map. I understand everything now. This is ours right here, Greenland. There's a big streamer girl getting canceled by her own audience. I made a paste bin. Uh-oh. Hold on. We're still... Jesus. Oh my god, he's recovering after the Black Panther battle.
Really hoping more people get hurt. I know. The best, and think about it like this.
And obviously, chap, we met so many people and we...
Did you guys see that, It's crazy. Can you believe this? Can you believe this? Hold on. I just wanted to look this up real quick because I might have saw misinformation. Fuck. Wait, did I? It was either a tweet or a Reddit post I saw this morning that it came out that Huberman had been on TRT for 5 years. Am I making this up or was this fake news? Hi, Levass. Thank you for the 10 bucks. He admits it, I thought. Oh, if he says it, that's fine then. Never mind. Oh, I don't care then if that's true. Fuck it.
Remember to put one foot in front of the other. Take that first step and start walking.
Speed walking. Alright, I'm inspired.
Oh, this. Neuroscientist Andrew Huberman just confirmed he's been taking testosterone for the last 5 years. Wait, when they say just confirmed, they make it sound like he wasn't open about it. So is this headline a lie? Jesus. Wait, how old is this guy? He talked about it on Joe Rogan Experience in like 2020. He's 50 years old. He's definitely on some, I'm sure on a very conservative regimen. Very, very conservative regimen of TRT. You just need a body like this, and then he's like 50 years old, and you listen to like, oh, what do you do for fitness? He's like, I do a lot of planks. I'm just kidding. I don't know what he says. I shouldn't be shitting. I don't even know what this guy, I don't know what he says about any of this. I don't know. Don't mind me. Okay. A lot of body weight exercises. Barry Weiss recruiting Huberman to CBS. Really? He pushes a lot of BS claims. Yeah, I've seen stuff of his that's like in that realm of like, That physique is totally possible in your 50s if you've worked out your whole life. No. Yeah, but I think that like usually when, like for most exercise related stuff, like most of it I think is like pretty boring. Like it's kind of a, I don't want to say it's solved, but it's like a pretty figured out thing. So when you get people who are big and lean and especially old, but all of their tips are like, yeah, I make sure that I have a low carb diet and I only eat in the morning and then I do lots of push-ups and what do they call them? The dragon flags, and it's like, they're blasting it. They're blasting that juice. Well, does he say that? I don't know. That's what I don't know. I could just be a hater for no reason. I feel like I've seen him say like some health misinfo bullshit stuff, but I can't recall anything specifically, so I don't even know how justified I am. So it's a low confidence thing. I feel like my general take, I feel like I looked at this guy a long time ago. I feel like my general take was Huberman, people fall into this weird thing where they start off like pretty reasonable, and then they notice that like if I give up like 5% of my messaging, I could make like 500% the money. So they start off as like pretty reasonable, pretty smart. My understanding is I think like early Huberman stuff was actually really good. Similar to that nurse guy who did COVID stuff online, that his early breakdowns of like research studies and vaccine trials and everything were really, really, really good. But then as soon as they see like that grifter crowd, they're like, oh, I can do some crazy shit to make, and then they lose themselves. The longer the story people tell you as to why they're in this or that shape, the higher the likelihood they're juicing. 100%, yeah. Or if they ever say the word kettlebell. True. Just kidding. Stop. Don't listen to me. Listen, who am I? I'm just a random retard. Uh-oh. Person in critical condition after a shooting involving Border Patrol in Arizona. I've never heard anything about her good ever. I heard somebody say she used to be a good liberal journalist and then she got lost. Has she ever done anything good ever? I have no idea. I hate this person. I hate this motherfucker. I don't know how she got anything in. Well, it's the Trump dick sucking. She was never a journalist. She's an op-ed writer. She did the Twitter. Yeah, she was part of the Twitter files. Yeah. No offense, but why trust chat? We're retarded. Want to do a little research stream on her? On Barry Weiss? Well, I'm familiar with some of her stuff for Twitter files, and I've seen her go in front of some congressional committee and explain stuff, and I have a strong enough impression of that. She was a piece of shit fucking loser, so. Good enough for me!
もう少しどうしてそこでやめるんだそこでもう少し頑張ってみろよダメ諦めたら周りのこと思うよ応援してる人たちのこと
Oh, yeah, and she's Jewish, and she's one of those Jews that like fucking is like the super suck off Israel people, right? Dude, these, oh my God. Yeah, stop. Okay, don't care. I don't care about this person. Dershowitz is one of those too. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. She has dual loyalty? No. There is, you want to know the truth? That the Nazis are too stupid to pick on? There is no such thing as a dual loyalty, okay, Jew in the United States. Those people don't fucking exist. You have Americans, and then you got motherfuckers who have one loyalty, and it's to fucking Israel, okay? Fuck those motherfuckers. There is no dual loyalty. They just want their own. Just kidding. In a video game. Video game. Exclusive and secret recordings cruise trashes Trump tariffs. Vance. The Texas Republican eyeing a 2028 White House run torched Vice President Vance and ridiculed President Trump's tariff policy during private meetings with donors, according to recordings obtained by Axios. $5,000 is all it takes, right, to get into one of these. I want to be in one of these private meetings with donors. I want to be in one of those. The U.S. government has lost more than 10,000 STEM PhDs since Trump took office. Jesus. Reveals how many were fired, retired, or quit across 14 agencies. Not good. It was only 3% of the 335,192 federal workers who exited last year, but represents 14% of the total number of PhDs in science, tech, engineering, and math, or health fields employed at the end of 2024, as then President Joe Biden prepared to leave office. Watch Alex O'Connor get absolutely bodied by Sean Carroll. Two of my favorite
I'm going
people.
on a tour of...
What?
Common sense proposal. Oh, you want me to say on television that I support 3- and 4-year-olds with firearms? Is that
God, this was such a good fucking meme. What has he done lately? Where is he?
what you're asking me to do?
Yes. You can do
Typically, members of Congress don't just hear a story about a program and then indicate whether they support it or not.
I support the kindergartens program. We in America would be wise to implement it too. It's something that we should think about in America, about putting guns in the hands of law-abiding citizens.
Where's the kindergartners?
Guys, whether they be teachers
or
whether they actually be
might not be in this
talented children or how
toes to fire. Even a baby can use it.
BFF wants to help you. Pull the string on a bad guy. Make bang bang. Aim at the head, shoulders, not the toes, not the toes.
Fire!
Head, shoulders, not the toes, not the toes.
Fire!
Eyes, ears, and
Co-founder of Anthropic. My deep loyalty is to the principles of classical liberal democracy. If this is what they say publicly, this is how their AI model is programmed. Woke and deeply leftist ideology is what they want you to rely upon. Oh, she thinks liberal means Democrat. Who is this? Katie Miller. Wait, what? Why do we know? Do we know this? Is this Stephen Miller's wife? Yes. Oh, God. Ugh. You remember when Trump fucked that up? When they asked him, what do you think about classical liberalism, or what do you think about like the state of liberal democracy? And Trump was like, California's fucked, when he was in some European conference like 7 years ago. Oh my God. I like how Stephen Miller married a woman as stupid as he is evil. What a pairing. Oh, was it Western liberalism? Yeah, Jesus Christ. Okay, we have enough of these interviews. Somebody in AI or audio processing by now should have created some technology to filter out the sounds of the goddamn fucking jet engines in every single Trump interview. Please, God. Please, God. It never really got brought up because nobody gave a fuck about guns, really. But Trump is like Trump is not a fan of guns. I don't know how many people know this. This is a New York liberal guy. He doesn't like guns. I remember him listening to Bondi, I think when she was the Attorney General of Florida a long time ago, talk about how great red flag laws were to restrict gun everything. And Trump was like totally on board with it. Trump was just, he did the bump stock ban instantly. Trump is not here to give a fuck about firearms or anything. So this is not even a surprising position from him. Clear audio, page not found. Jesus, horror movie perspective. Okay. Why is the camera so low?
Was Mr. Petty acting as an assassin? Do you think he was acting as an assassin in Minneapolis?
Oh, they do. There is some kind of filter here to block out the sound. Good job. They got it. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, tell me what I'm doing wrong with this plugin, that it's not full screening this video. Do I have to...
Petty, your deputy chief of staff said that. You don't think so?
Whatever.
What about the Second Amendment? What about the Second Amendment, sir?
What about it? Who cares?
Hey, just a minute before you
Oh,
move on.
okay.
I want to say thank you for watching and for supporting us.
Who?
It's you, all of our viewers,
Yeah?
our readers, and our listeners who make everything that we do possible. So thank you from everyone here at PBS News.
Oh.
Support journalism you trust. Support PBS News. Donate now, or even better, start a monthly contribution today.
What the fuck? Ugh. Just found out there's a website that tracks ovulation and menstrual cycles of female VTubers. Jader Vanan. Just kidding. Is Tifu the biggest view botter on Twitch right now? Tifu seems to be killing it lately on his return to Twitch playing Arc Raiders, but is he botting? You be the judge. Look at the chat moving. He's not in slow mode. How many viewers does it say he have? 25,000. Are these guys doing that, you know what I'm talking about? The collab stream? Now collaborations use total viewers when sorting. So these three are collabing or something?
Man, I'm locked in. I'm ready. I'm fucking ready to rock and roll.
Dan got to this guy.
Let's do this shit.
He's got his HDR on.
Okay,
to be fair,
Just
because
kidding.
I understand
Just kidding. Just kidding. Just kidding.
how that looks when you're crawling back to your team. I understand.
You do understand that.
No,
you
I'm
have
being
a great
genuine.
point.
Will you let me finish? Will you let me finish?
Go ahead.
Okay, to be fair, I'm just being like sometimes you need to if you feel that strongly about me rezzing you, just say stick, and I'll just fucking go do it. And if we die, then it's your fault. Obviously, I didn't think that was a good stick there, and I think in hindsight, everybody would agree that we all die if I hit a stick there. But it's fine. It's fine. I would have done it, but you gotta tell me. You gotta tell me.
Okay,
You weren't saying
let's
anything.
everyone migrate over to my stream now. Let's watch this from yesterday. So a lot of people thinking this is coming out of nowhere.
Uh-oh.
But let's talk about when I get
Yesterday when you left, Drax said, and I quote, that one was on me. I didn't come for you like you came for me.
Okay.
But that's what he said.
And let's
so it
watch
didn't
this
have
now.
as much to do with you.
Wait,
You're taking it to the chest so
yeah,
much.
but
it was a
you
lot more
said,
about,
and I quote, we're going to play like that the rest of the day, are we? We're going to play like that. Don't worry. When you guys go down, don't expect a defib. Don't expect me to run for you.
Oh, so you think that's what I was doing?
No. I'm just telling you.
No!
Imagine your child.
Did somebody not res somebody when they were supposed to?
Watch it, and I want you to tell me which one's right.
I feel the same way about it. I don't need to watch it. We watched
So,
it.
to give a-
Me and Drag watched it.
We have to watch it now.
Me and Drag watched it. How are you on yesterday? When? Okay, listen. The reality of the situation
Just to explain
is this. Okay, you're feeling a little. You're feeling a little.
What is that? Sorry, somebody link me. Debunking HDR towards a reality-based mental model of tone and color reproduction in cinema by Steve Yedlin, ASC. This is a whole ass website. This motherfucker hates HDR. Did you see the clip where Cloaksy almost says the N-word? You know what? I actually saw it, and I think his explanation is believable, but I think that the clip looks so bad it really doesn't matter what's true, so... Intro.
Welcome to Debunk.
2 hours and 16 minutes. the setup.
Just to explain what's going on here.
Oh, never mind. I thought this was like 20 different videos that were all like 2 hours long, but it's all the
Falsely
same
claim-
video. Okay. Holy shit.
Well,
I might watch this just for memes. What was his explanation? Oh, he said that because he was playing with burnt peanut or the peanut butter guy. I don't know what the fuck his name is. The peanut? What's his name? Is it burnt peanut butter? Burnt peanut. And Nick Merckx, that he was in the middle of saying something and he was like, fuck, I should have his explanation exactly. Somebody has it, but he was like, I'm getting trolled, you fucking... And then he gets shot by the arc. And what he was saying was, I'm getting trolled by you, Nick, and that was what he was going to say. But because he started getting shot by the arc, he stopped right after the end, and it sounds really bad. But, yeah, which, I mean, if the video lines up and that's what happened, I mean, it's believable. But, like, the clip just sounds so bad. It's like, what are you going to do? But I think he said these end first. Maybe, I don't know. I have to go and check. I don't know. Here's the clip. Let me listen again. And then we should listen to his explanation.
Yeah, give me a sec. I got these fucking clankers on me. I gotta kill.
Wait, hold on. What was his explanation again? Play it. Give me the explanation again. Hold on. That doesn't sound like it would have explained that.
You got this! Yeah, give me a sec. I got these fucking clankers on me. I gotta kill. Ew.
He said he was saying, like, I got these fucking Nick and these guys trolling me or something. But actually, wait, that doesn't sound like it fits at all. Link me his explanation again. Hold on. This shows some of the lead up. No, what was it? Link me his explanation. We listened to this like 2 or 3 days ago. No, he said he's had all these clankos around me. He wasn't going to say Nick, he was going to say noobs. And then after that doesn't work, he said he was going to say Nick. This fucking Nick Merckx guy? Well, too late. Nobody linked me. No N-word analysis. Okay. Never mind. Now I'm back on the fence.
Do I have to destroy the spawner? Yeah, I do have to destroy the spawner. Right. Okay.
Wait, when they're speedrunning Minecraft, do they do it with all this weird new shit in the Netherworld, or do they do it on older versions? Yes? Okay. Yeah, we already saw this. Sorry, I was just curious. Oh, I was going to say one of the I was going to say more or most. One of the most interesting things about like video games or art to me is this concept of realistic versus authentic. Like people think that they want realistic, but they're looking for something different. The word that people have settled on is like authentic. Like DayZ at times, which was an old like survival zombie PvP game or whatever, sandbox game. People are like, I want the most realistic experience possible. It's like, do you really want realistic though? Like it got to a point to where you would have to load individual bullets into magazines before putting the magazines in the gun, and then to unload the magazines, you know, like it was like so much. And it's like, okay, maybe not realistic. Maybe we're looking for something different. But I wouldn't know as much about color. I do know for audio, when you're thinking like, for instance, don't hold me to what this actually would look like. But when people are like, I want audio that sounds like this, okay? I want it to be a totally flat, perfect, every part is equally represented or whatever bullshit, right? This is what I want, a flat level, totally even response on everything. That if this is what you want, the human ear doesn't actually perceive all frequencies with equal intensity. Your output, I don't remember what these look like on the actual DB, whatever, but it looks like something weirder or whatever, something like
Welcome
this
to
or whatever. And like this type of output on a headphone or whatever will produce this sort of response. So like a totally even decibel thing through like all of your EQ band, through all of your frequency range from 20 to 20 or whatever, isn't going to actually produce an even perception. So you have to change things to make it more realistic. You have to like distort them to make them more, to be perceptually non-distorted. And I think this is true when it comes to like movies and probably like colors and everything as well, which I'm sure this guy probably gets into. I'm going to listen to this because it sounds interesting, but it'll be later.
No one wanted realism in DayZ. I did not like when I had to go find medicine for 4 hours because my character was dying of the flu. That shit sucked.
Sure. Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, people realized that, but early on, people were like clamoring for like more realism. But then once they started to implement too much shit, remember when you could like blood bag somebody and they would just die if you didn't like test
Yeah, it was
it?
the wrong blood.
Yeah, stupid. Wrong blood type.
Sorry, Steven, I don't have a blood kit, but I got a blood transfusion. Let's
Yeah,
try
well, let's
it.
see if it works. Yeah, stupid. Yeah.
All right, I got D&D back.
Be careful. Yeah. On the technical level, having the ability to show more colors is theoretically always better. No, it just needs to be implemented well and consistently throughout the industry, and people need to make use of it in an interesting way. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. Maybe there are trade-offs that we're not aware of. But I don't know anything about HDR, so I can't say. Oh, but I was going to say, like, even for, like, movies, like, if you think about the way things are staged that look good in a shot, like, cinematography-wise, you're thinking about, like, what's in frame and what looks good in frame. If you think about it, it would never happen, like, in real life. Like, there are a lot of things that would never happen in real life, but they look good on film. Like, I think a really common shot is... Oh, fuck, I'm trying to think. Like, the way that... There are better examples. But, like, if somebody's, like, standing, like, on a wall or whatever, and there's, like, somebody coming around the corner, and the person's, like, kind of, like, slightly looks in a direction and looks back. They don't ever actually peek around or whatever, but it seems like they have perception of things that are behind them that aren't always, that they can't even see, or sometimes even when people are standing in front of each other. This is the worst picture ever. But because it's in frame, we're watching it, and so we perceive them as having perceived it, even though they actually haven't looked at it, but it looks better to us because you want to maximize the amount of time the face is on screen or whatever. There's just like a lot of like weird stuff like this that people that do movies and everything have to consider. And this idea of like authentic versus real, it probably carries over to a lot of different stuff in art. It's interesting. I don't know. We'll listen to this later. To be autistic. Much later though. Oh, did they figure out who was in the wrong right here?
You could be on your knees like you always are.
This Nick Merckx guy is such a fucking piece of shit, but I think he's a really entertaining streamer. Or at least when I listen to him. Or I just like this like the trashy Jersey accent or whatever, maybe.
Drag, use a bitch. Nico, use a bitch, and Hutch, you a fat bitch. So a little bit worse, but about the same thing. Because you were to come in here and you were like, and then all of a sudden you just fucking fucked off, bro. Where's that energy, man? Where are you?
Did they figure out who was in the wrong for the rezzing thing?
This is that little bitch boy shit, bro.
Yeah, bro, because I was watching it and I was and Nico was getting no flack. And I was like,
agree. I agree.
What is even happening in this picture? What situation are they in where they're like, they look like they're fighting in the black hole death zone? Jesus. what is happening here?
Tina's deep thrown bolognese, right? Nick's laughing, and they're like, go, Clocky, go. And they're making me solo the matriarch. So I was saying, saying, this fucking Nick and Peanut guy are trolling me. And as I'm saying that, robots spawn, and I stop.
Okay, never mind. I don't believe this explanation. He was N-word dropping it. He was N-bombing it. I'm sorry, but if you're black or not white, you'll just never understand the allure of that word to us. You just can't understand the experience, okay? It's the holy grail of things that white people fantasize about. And when we get drunk...
Don't you hate it when your life's work gets deleted for no reason?
Hello?
It's true. I got hacked, and it was...
Oh, I just got so confused. I had no clue where that was coming from. Sorry, I opened a thing up there. Oh my God. Jesus Christ. When your rage was caught getting a chin BBL. What? Okay. This is actually him? I don't know. Somebody linked this earlier and said they don't believe this. David.
Don't you hate it when...
Can you hear my mouth sounds that much? Testing 1, 2. This mic is way too hot. He's just in a well-treated room. That mic is way too hot, though.
Don't you hate it when your life's work gets deleted for no reason?
Uh-oh.
It's true. I got hacked, and it was a common scam that happens on Discord where you have a friend asking you to try out their game. Something I've done hundreds of times. I really thought I was talking to my friend. I opened up his game file. It looked legit. I scanned it for viruses like I usually do. And right when I opened it, I knew immediately that was a bad idea. The hacker was able to get all my active session tokens, was able to log into a bunch of websites. I have two-factor authentication on most of them, but some of them I don't. And that included my online course, Game Dev Unlocked. So I don't know if it was for fun or if it was out of spite, but he deleted the whole course and then sent an email to everybody.
Is this like a programming language? I am sex developer? Like V or Emacs? Is that what that means, or is that...
A vulgar email. And yeah.
Oh, it's never mind. He fucked with it. Okay. Never mind.
It sucks. That online course, it's something, I worked hard on.
Gotcha.
It's something I'm proud of. And also it helps support my family while I'm working on my new...
This B-roll. Wait. I'm sorry. Hold on. My bad. Okay. Hold on. From the beginning. I need to, wait. I'm so confused.
It was a common scam that happens on Discord where you have a friend asking you to try out their game.
Yeah.
Something I've done hundreds of times. I really thought I was talking to my friend. I opened up his game file. It looked legit. I scanned it for viruses like I usually do.
Okay.
And right when I opened it, I knew immediately that was a bad idea. The hacker was able to get all my active session tokens, was able to log into a bunch of websites. I have two-factor authentication on most of them, but some of them I don't. And that included my online course, Game Dev Unlocked. So I don't know if it was for fun or if it was out of spite, but he deleted the whole course and then sent an email to everybody, a vulgar email. And yeah, it sucks. That online course, it's something I worked hard on. It's something I'm proud of, and also it helps support my family while I'm working on my new game. I'm working on this game for years. It's called We Harvest Shadows. It's a first-person farming horror game, and it's the biggest, most complex, most ambitious thing. In a lot of ways, it's too big and it's too complicated, and it's really taking a toll on me because I want it to be good. I have this opportunity. I'm working on my new game. I'm working on this game for years.
Maybe I'm retarded, or maybe I'm lazy. I feel like there are so many different programs and things that auto backup everything now. Like your Microsoft Cloud, your Adobe, whatever photo editing thing you probably use has backups. Whatever online hosting service you use probably has backups. Whatever fucking FTP client might automate. I feel like how much shit would you have had to turn off intentionally, and then intentionally never create a backup on anything ever in any place ever? There's no way that that one person on one or even two platforms could permanently delete all of that.
A new game. I'm working on this game for years. It's called We Harvest Shadows. It's a first-person farming horror game, and it's the biggest, most complex, most ambitious thing. In a lot of ways, it's too big and it's too complicated, and it's really taking a toll on me because I want it to be good. I have this opportunity where people are excited about this game, but...
Was that stock footage B-roll with the family, or was that him with his family? I assumed it was B-roll footage of him with his family. Wait, is that just like a random family? No, that must be him. Hold on.
Proud of, and also it helps support my family while I'm working on...
No, that's him and his family.
My new game I'm working on.
Right? Or is it AI?
This game...
Wait, is this AI? Wait, because why would he have a camera on a rolling platform or whatever? Wait.
Hard on. It's something I'm proud of, and also it helps support my family while I'm working on my new game. I'm working on...
Hold on, wait. He is Ginger. Ginger, okay, yeah. Could it have looked different? Wait. Is this AI? Is it AI? Hold on. That's just stock? Is it just stock? What is this ladder doing? Where does it lead to? I can't push the middle mouse thing to fucking make a wheel and go over there. What's going on with this thing? The railing thing. Is this supposed to be an open gate that leads up, I guess? But then no, it matches. Right? Does it? Wait, does it? Somebody, I need a determination. Wait, hold on. Where's my AI analysis? Posted to that one subreddit. Should the perspective be the same here? Like, why is... No? It's just angled? From this far away? You think that a small angle could change that dramatically? Well, regardless, that's not him, right? We know that. Sorry, that's not like a Death X. Okay. Anyway, sorry. I'm watching. Okay.
This game for years, it's called We Harvest Shadows. It's a first-person farming horror game, and it's the biggest, most complex, most ambitious thing. In a lot of ways, it's too big and it's too complicated, and it's really taken a toll on me because I want it to be...
Literally, take a picture of your monitor at an upward angle and compare the bottom and top edge. The closer you get, the more distorted it'll be, but from far away, those distortions are going to almost disappear, right? That was my question with this. Like, this shot is quite far, maybe not far enough. I don't know, but it's decently far away. Like, if you're up close, then having the thing angled differently could dramatically change it. But I don't know if this is close enough to do it. But I just don't know I don't know the answer. I just don't. I'm not a professional angler.
Like, don't fix the bugs and there's performance issues and it's crashing, then it will all be for nothing. I've sacrificed a lot to like make this game happen. And also the online course was there helping pay the bills because, yeah, I'm putting all my money to contractors and I've had to liquidate retirements. And there's a lot of like things that happen like with my family where like I need to put money to them, and my wife has been struggling with chronic health, and we've gone to a ton of doctors, and she's trying out all these new medications just so she can have a decent quality of life. So yeah, it sucks that someone...
Listen. I think if you're gonna do like a raising money thing, I think you have to release more details. These are like the vaguest things ever. Chronic health medication. If she's getting medications, then they're prescribing them for something. So what was she diagnosed with, or what symptoms are they treating? I don't know. Maybe I'm being too much. This feels like it's going to be a beg for money at the end, but I don't know. We'll see.
Just wanted to hurt me for no reason and hurt my family. Yeah, about the indie game dream. Like, it takes a certain kind of person to like start a business and to sacrifice everything for it. And it takes an even like more special type of person to like balance that with their family and always put their kids and their partner first. And then to compete, like to make something that gets people's attention, you need to like make it as good as possible. You have to put your 100%.
Decks settle, railings can be installed crooked, tons of explanations, wood warps. Where in the area of the country that this guy lives, the dirt soil is way too hard for any type of settle. That should never happen. Railings won't typically be installed crooked anymore because people are using 3D imaging software to make that not happen. And wood doesn't work because you seal it. I'm sorry. I made an explanation for every one of those things. I'm sorry. Forget everything I'm saying. I don't know why I said that.
percent of your talent,
Forget
and
it.
effort, and time and money into it. And that's what I'm trying to do. And it is extremely hard
I
to
hope you
do
got
all
triggered.
of it well. I'm really lucky. Like I know, like I'm really lucky to have like a big YouTube channel, and I'm lucky to have this game where I have so many people who are excited to play it and they care about what I'm making. But you know, I got to do it right. And there's some days like I just don't know if I'm the right kind of person to do a job like this. It's hard to do it the right way. And it's really hard when people are just trying to hurt you for no reason. So with all that said, I was trying to figure out what to do with Game Dev Unlocked. I did have some of the videos backed up, but I did a stupid thing and I typed in a lot of my notes and articles straight into Teachable instead of backing those up. And so those are gone. But I still have the videos, and I think we still have a great community and they're excited to like get the videos back online. But I was trying to figure out, because some of the tutorials are out of date, but they still have valuable lessons. And then my core lessons, they're kind of engine agnostic, and those are still applicable and relevant, but it's really hard to like make a good online course, and it's really hard to keep it.
Like, depending on how much experience he has, I could believe this, but I feel like I learned this in studio stuff. Like, backing up shit and everything is just a fucking hugely annoying fucking burden that just who cares, right? I think that the very first time you lose a thing, or if you're lucky, the very first time you think you've lost a thing, I think at that point you always learn to like, okay, well, whatever the 3, 2, 1 bullshit, I have to back those up, because oh my God, losing shit, especially depending on the scope of the project you're working on. In my case, if it's like a video interview, if it's gone, you're lost it. You're never replicating that ever. Like, oh my God. For him to do a whole online video course, and he's doing development for some game or whatever, he doesn't have some kind of methodical way of backing stuff up. He's published 2 games on Steam, really? That's crazy to me. Yeah, that's another thing too. I didn't say that because I'm just a lazy piece of shit, and I don't know if that applies to other people too. Somebody said it could kill the whole project and motivation. Having to redo something that you've already done, especially if you feel like you got it done well on the first shot, is really obnoxious. And I feel like, I wonder how many projects are dead because somebody loses a thing. And it only took them like maybe a few days or a few hours, I guess, depending on the scope, whatever you're working on. But like losing it and then having to redo it,
Up to date too. So I was thinking, I was like, what do I do? Like, I got to really focus on We Harvest Shadows. It's really a big project, and I want to make sure I do it right. And it's taking every ounce of energy. I'm always tired. I'm always exhausted. And just every little bit of energy, it has to go to this game. But we still we can't lose that income stream with my family. Like, we still need a little bit of that money from the course to come and support the family. So I was trying to think what I can do. And I was also thinking about this hacker and how, like, I don't want him to win, and I don't want him to like hurt me with no resolution in the whole thing. It made me feel good when I thought, what if like I can turn this bad thing into a good thing?
I'm sorry.
Much. So here's what I've decided to do. I'm going to give away for free half of Game Dev Unlocked, namely the Let's Dev tutorials. Like I said, they're a specific type of tutorial. They're kind of focused around Playmaker, and they're also a little out of date, but I really do think the lessons, all of the little things you learn, the things of even just choosing a game idea and completing it, I think it's really good content. I worked really hard on it. It's 23 hours of high quality tutorials, and it's yours. It's for free. You just got to make a free account on my Teachable website of Game Dev Unlocked.
Okay.
And if you like that stuff, then feel free to check out the core lessons of Game Dev Unlocked. I'm going to put it back up. I'm still bringing it online. I still got to add stuff like the subtitle files and stuff, but I'm going to put it back together as best I can. And if you want to support me and support We Harvest Shadows, and you want to learn about how to make the indie game dream work and the things I did with my games and how I released it, then you can buy that too. And it has a
Destiny. Game devs these days aren't real programmers. They just throw shit together in Unity. As opposed to real programmers that, just throw shit together in Claude?
really low price now. I've cut the price permanently because of all the stuff that's happened. And I think that's what I'm going to do. And so I hope you enjoy the tutorials. I hope they're good and you find something useful in them. And I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep chugging along. I am still alive. I'm still, like, every day I put 110% of myself into We Harvest Shadows, and it's coming along. Like, I'm getting there. I don't think I'm close, but I'm getting there slowly but surely. And yeah, I hope you enjoy it. And thanks for being in this channel, even though...
You know what I'm waiting for? Who wants to make a lot of money? Okay, this is what I'm waiting for, all right? Nobody does zeros and ones, obviously. It would be prohibitively whatever. Nobody does assembly, unless you're autistic, like the roller coaster tycoon dude, okay? There are some people who still program, okay? And by that I mean copy-paste things from Stack Overflow and then debug until you figure it out. And now you've got people who are prompt engineers. Somebody needs to make a programming language where the language is just when you compile it, it's compiling into a bunch of prompt commands for AI. Someone needs to make that. That's the next level of abstraction that we need. Okay, who's gonna make it? Who's gonna make it? This already exists. Oh well, never mind. Fuck you.
It's kind of slow.
Okay,
I'm myself into We Harvest Shadows, and it's coming along. Like, I'm getting there. I don't think I'm close, but I'm getting there slowly but surely. And yeah, I hope you enjoy it. And thanks for being in this channel, even though it's kind of slow nowadays. But yeah, I do like love this job.
Even oh my god, this guy's so sad. Jesus.
And I'm so grateful. I know I'm like one of the luckiest guys alive. But it's like moments like these where it's like, you know, you get kicked when you're down. And you do, like, you have to remind yourself why you do it. And I do it, honestly, for my players and for the people that care and follow my channel. So thank you so much. I'll do more updates later, but I hope you check out the free course. And good luck with your projects, and I bet we'll talk soon. So thanks.
Yeah, I'm not buying this one at all. But
or you have a friend.
I also don't think I would believe Koibu almost got me with this motherfucker. Not him exactly, but there was a Discord hack going around a while ago where basically somebody would message you this. And I think I clicked through to whatever website it was, but then as soon as I had to download and run something, I was like, wait a second, hold on. And then I went back and I checked the DM and then I was like, hold on, who are you again? And then I was like, oh wait, this is some bullshit. Because I'm not, even for people that I know and trust, well, I'm not downloading and running random executables on my computer. Are you crazy? I don't know you that well. Excuse me. That's like, I don't know anybody that well. This guy didn't load it in a VM, or this guy really just, as a developer, this guy really just downloaded and ran an exe for a quote unquote friend. I don't know. That's just kind of crazy to me. Damn. And then how long did it take this guy? Destiny, well, Koibu did, so I consider him pretty smart. Yeah, but Koibu's a smart guy, but this guy's like a developer, programmer, software guy, right? Like, I feel like that, like, I think you can fall for things, being an intelligent person, but it's like totally outside. There are certain types of like social engineering hacks or whatever that I've almost fallen for in the past, or that I have, I'm sure I must have at some point. But for a developer to fall for something like this is kind of crazy, I think. I don't know. If they literally commonly download each other's games, is that normal? Does that happen? You just like run each other's executables on your boxes? You're not like sending project files over or something like that? I don't know. Maybe you do. I really don't know. I don't know the background of this, so maybe. I don't know. Developers are the worst IT employees. They literally want full admin of their machine so they can install packages and dependencies nonstop. They constantly download shit from Git repos and are the least security minded people. Yeah, that's because now devs can work on Windows and they don't have to use autistic and retarded Linux and Unix and all these other X's and these retarded things. And we just have Windows. And in Windows, there's two permissions. There's user and there's full admin box control over every single fucking electron that flies inside the case. Okay, so get fucked. User control, access control. I don't even know if that exists on Windows, does it? I saw some explanation for like user access controls or whatever on like Linux things. I was like, damn, this looks intelligent and amazing. Meanwhile, on Windows, it's like Notepad wants to show you a picture from another program. Do you want to grant it full administrative access to every single file that has been, is, and will ever be on this PC? It's like, I guess if it needs that. But can Windows dole out selective permissions? Because I feel like it's just admin and user. But I don't know. Maybe it can. Who knows? People in chat are saying yes, so maybe it does. Yes, it can, but you need a domain to control it. You can, but nobody sets it up. The last time I dove into Windows access, user access control shit, I think was trying to set up, it was when I was looking for a way to transfer high amounts of data online. And there, fuck, I don't even remember this shit, bro. What was it? You could remote into another Windows box, and if both of you were running a certain type of file transfer protocol thing, not like it, but there was some protocol that Windows uses, and if you have your permissions set up, you can click and drag things into other remote things that are on your Windows user group or whatever bullshit. But oh, SMB, that's it. There you go, Tort. Yeah, fuck all that shit though. SMB does not work outside of like a LAN environment. Holy shit. Because as soon as, apparently if packets get whatever, there's any, shit just gets fucked. SMB on like LANs is like 1 gigabit per second. SMB when the computer's in like the next room on a different router is like fucking 1 kilobit per second. Fuck that shit. Or maybe not. I might be retarded, okay? Take everything I say about tech with a grain of salt. Okay, anyway. This is fake, but also based. Scam your users. Hell yeah. What is this? I made a cursed proc macro for AI Rust programming. Use AI bindgen. Return the nth prime number, please. The 15th prime number is prime 15, 47, hopefully. I don't know what any of this means, but it looks hilarious and epic and based. I'm laughing because I totally get it. Rock climber fights off bear attack. At compile time, it gets AI to fill in the code for the function. Okay, based. Jesus. As someone in the video world, there really isn't a great way to transfer massive data files that I found. There's two ways to do it. One is you have to be on like on Dropbox or Google Drive, like people that have access to the, I don't know if you'd say tier 1 peering or whatever the fuck. And then two is through, you mail physical media around. And those are the only two ways. Anybody that says anything different has never tried to move huge files before. Black bears are pussies, he just wanted to play. NFS network file share works really well in internal networks. Who the fuck cares about an internal network? I can just go walk you a file at that point. That's not challenging, okay? Fuck you. Me when my dog sees I have food in my hand. Based. Did sync thing not work well? I don't think anything I used was able to get more than, I think maybe with sync thing or rsync. I think with sync thing, I could sustain 50 megabits per second, I think. But nothing, just nothing was pure good enough for, we got up to like 500, I thought. When I cloned both files, upstairs and downstairs cake, and then I used those two separate computers to transfer, I think maybe to you or one other person, I think I could get 500. It was 250 between both computers or something, but that was like a max. And then to Australia, it was fine. It was just, yeah. Just Dropbox and Google, just on a single line, it's just like 900 megabits per second. It's just super reliable, easy, unfortunately. Yeah. You should look up IPOAC. It's the highest bandwidth data transfer protocol. It's not about the protocol and it's not about the machinery. I think it's literally, it just comes down to the peering. Like you can't overcome the peering with any type of special uber crazy protocol or whatever. Or not that I was aware of.
And now all of a sudden we get this. So yeah, it's the weirdest damn thing. I don't know what to tell you, but I think she's probably should go back to South Dakota, not have any dogs, and just kind of ride things out.
Okay, babes.
Now,
what is this? Dang, this one got me.
if you got onto an indestructible water blob and a car was thrown on the other side, you would soar hundreds of feet into the air. Now, if a blue whale was dropped onto it, it could catapult you over 10 miles high. But if a meteor fell from space and crashed into the blob, the force of the impact would compress
Is the last one going to be like if your mom jumps on
the
it?
blob and would blast you upward faster than a rocket. And then you'd land straight into Amigos Tex-Mex Grill, because our burritos have their own gravitational pull. Come dine at Amigos, now open at Place Vendôme Mall, Doha, Qatar.
Okay. The fuck is this? Eternal Blue is a computer exploit software developed by the U.S. National Security Agency. It is based on a zero-day vulnerability in Microsoft Windows software that allows users to gain access to any number of computers connected to a network. For what version of Windows? Up through Windows 10? This is fixed. This was WannaCry. This is an old exploit like 2019. RIP. Oh. Oh, these. Oh no. If you actually paid these people off, would they give you the decryption key? They must, right? Otherwise nobody would ever pay, right? Yes, they do.
Asmongold defended you?
Oh, wait, I didn't see this on LSF.
Yeah, he did. I saw. Respect.
Respect. Oh no, it's happening.
Asmongold defends Hassan from Destiny's
The Red-Brown Alliance. Oh no. After Hassan tried to worm his way into our good graces with the respect to DGG guys.
various attacks. Why would you say this? I think it's so dangerous to be advocating for people to intercept and interfere with people in real life, completely uncalled for. Should be seen as absolutely unacceptable by everybody. What's funny about this take is that he did that already, and then I called him out for it, and then he actually apologized and took it back. Even though he still posted the video, he realized that
I did? Excuse me? What?
He realized that that was probably not the best idea to advocate for people to, like, you know, to highlight people that are just like stalking content creators and stuff.
Or Asmon did. Oh, okay, okay.
So he,
Wait,
not the best idea. I called him out for it, and then he, in real life, completely uncalled for. Should be seen as absolutely unacceptable by everybody. What's funny about this take is that he did that already, and then I called him out for it, and then he actually apologized and took it back, even though he's...
When did Asmon do this? I don't know when he... Maybe he did. I don't remember.
Still posted the video. He realized that that was probably not the best idea to advocate for people to, like, you know, to highlight people that are just like stalking content creators and stuff. So he actually changed his position on that, which, you know, respect, because it is unironically a position that actually puts him in harm's way as well. Because if you remember, Asmongold initially was like, yeah, base, like this guy that came up to him with like the fucking photo of Kaya, like he's so base. This guy just won the internet, you know? Remember when he did that?
How is Asmongold never leaves his house? Literally. How would Asmongold ever be in danger? Oh my god, the amount of glazing Hassan is doing right now. Wait, he's so fucking transparent.
And I was like, brother, what are you doing? Like, this fucking hurts you too. Like, all you're doing in that situation is what goes around comes around. Like, all you're doing in that situation is just like telling people that this is totally appropriate to just like roll up to people. This is what happened in Ireland, right? And so then he backed away from that position. So when Destiny came out and was basically demanding that his fucking cult chase me around and track me in real time or whatever.
Chase me around.
I guess Asmongold said that that was a bad idea to do, which, you know, a W. W's all around.
He's so transactional and transparent. Oh my God.
To which I don't understand. Like, here, we'll watch Asmongold's response. And then we'll watch Destiny's response. I've blocked everyone involved in this. It's pretty funny.
Destiny has accused Hassan of being paid by the CCP.
True.
To the best of my knowledge, he...
Also, if you notice, Yeet and LSF haven't been clipping you as much lately. Why? Because there is a trouble brewing in the online fuck Hassan infrastructure. Trouble brewing that I have noticed. A lot of the commentary space in general have realized that Trump is a much more significant danger. Some of them have also realized that pro-Trump content creators are better to farm. So they're kind of fighting amongst themselves right now.
Fighting amongst themselves? Lil bro, it's not all about you. Yeah, you're not very relevant right now, especially, of course. Tankies have never really been that electorally relevant. We just had a fight with you fucking retards because you would try to destroy our Democratic voter base. But yeah, we know people notice that Trump is a way bigger threat than you retards, so they fight. But to say we fight amongst ourselves, also just hear the words that he's using here. These are intentional, like they betray an inner thought process, right? When he says they're fighting amongst themselves, it's because people like Hassan, and people are finally understanding this. Thank God, more people than just Hutch. Hassan views like MAGA and the Democratic Party as fairly closely aligned. That both parties are pretty similar. That there's not that much distance between the two. Like he says this shit. This is what he feels. This is what all of them feel. And that's why it's not worth trying to appeal to any of them.
To unify around their most common position, which is fuck Hassan usually. So now they're fighting amongst themselves. In the past, they were united. No, I saw a clip on Reddit of H3 ranting about pretty much the same thing that Destiny was saying. Yes, Destiny and H3 are on the same side. They're on the pro-Israel side, where they're just thinking that they have any sort of say on liberalism at all, like on what liberals should be doing at all.
Uh-oh. Ethan better release another fucking pedophile video about me now because Hassan just accused both of us. By the way, also, I just want to leak this. What Hassan is saying is true. Me and Ethan communicate all the time. We send emails. We're on our beds, kicking our feet up, like chatting with each other on the phone. We've got our Hassan Burton book out. We talk constantly, 24/7, every single day. Hold on one sec. Ethan just fucking texted me another hilarious fucking meme about underage kids. True, bro. I hope the IDF doesn't miss this shot. Ha 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 ha. Send. Epic.
You know? When Webby talked to the new head mod and LSF, he also asked to ban political stuff and the head mod seemed down for it. So that could also be a contributing factor. Fingers crossed law. Oh my God, that'd be so sick. I would love that.
Wait, what?
Contributing factor, fingers crossed law at all. You know? When Webby talked to the new head mod and LSF, he also asked to ban political stuff and the head mod seemed down for it. So that could also be a contributing factor. Fingers crossed law. Oh my God, that'd be so sick. I would love that.
But then none of your stuff ever would be on LSF. He's just mad because he has no motion. No motion.
Because woke is, remember, for a lot of people, this is just about one, vibes, and two, making money. You have to remember, like, you think all of this revolves around people's like firmly established political positions because that's how you operate. But for many people on the internet, they're just going off on vibes. They're going off on vibes, and if vibes are swinging dramatically in the opposite direction, they're going to lean in the opposite direction. Okay? And that's precisely the reason why the attitude shift is also basically changing a lot of these like edge communities, no matter how big or small. Hey, my fiance met you at the Minneapolis protest. She was wearing the Teddy Fresh Shiesty. She got posted on the H3 sub and had to go on there and say, nah, sorry, I'm a Hassan fan now. Wait, what? That's crazy. First of all, I remember her. She had one of the H3 Shiesty. She was so nice. And for the record, like, even if you're still an H3 fan or whatever, if you approach me at a fucking protest and you're nice, I'm not going to fucking say anything. Why would I do that? You're at a fucking protest. There was plenty. She wasn't even the only person that came up to me wearing H3 gear. Like, who cares? What I care about is not your allegiances or your affiliations to individual content creators. What I care about is whether or not you're fucking out there protesting. I've made that clear a million times over. I care about politics. I don't care about online drama. I don't care about that kind of stuff at all. I didn't know whether or not she was an H3 fan or not.
If that was the case, wouldn't we just all be pro-Pally? Wasn't that like the online vibe? Like, who the fuck online in any of these spaces was pro-Israeli? That was like the loser spot. Literally only me and H3H3's community were like young communities online of content stuff that had that position. So why wouldn't we just join the Palestinian side?
It was irrelevant, right? It was totally and utterly irrelevant. Because why the fuck would I care if someone's an H3 fan if they're out there in the fucking protest? I don't even care if someone is a Destiny fan and they're out in the protest, as long as they don't like try to come up to me and do some fuck shit and try to make a story out of that. I don't care. Much love to you. You know what I mean? I've been defending Will Stansel nonstop. I've been saying he's a goddamn lion, right?
Wow, so inclusive to all
Yeah,
different
we're
types
so
of
happy to see you,
people.
and we both are thankful for your protesting here in Minneapolis. Hell yeah. I care about action, and I care about getting results. Okay. You could be the most rabid liberal who has fucking openly despised me. If you're gonna, this is why I always say, like, when chatters will be like, "Oh, dude, Moist Critical did a Kayage video." It's like, I don't give a fuck, dude. Moist Critical also has a massive audience. He has a massive audience that is like self-described apolitical. There's
Oh
even
my
right-wingers in his audience.
God,
For
he's
someone to
pretending
come out
like he
and be
wasn't
"This is
so
unacceptable, this is fucked
ass-pained
up,
over
this is wrong."
this.
I love that. Okay. I will always be on board with that. I will always ride for that. Even if they don't ride for me, I don't give a shit, 'cause this is not transactional.
Oh, he's so transparent. I can't watch this. It's too much.
I will tell you this, brother.
What?
You know, I will tell you this. You raise your voice, I raise your voice.
If I raise my voice,
If
you'll
you raise-
erase my...
Exactly, yeah. Yeah.
Are you serious? You
Yeah.
said if I raise my voice, you'll
Yes.
erase my voice?
Yes. I will tell you this.
Really? Out of context, maybe? What? Jesus. I don't know, and I'm not even going to know because I'm not going to read this article because I don't care. But new New York Times story on the resurgence of the R word unfortunately focuses solely on its usage on the right, when I think the more interesting question is why it's becoming popular on the left, coming into common usage among young people who are otherwise quite averse to causing offense. I would contextualize this shift with a trend I've noticed elsewhere, wherein many young people on the left find marginally socially acceptable ways to disobey politeness norms, trying to forge an ersatz middle path between PC and youthful rebellion. The problem with this is that it rings false, at least to my ears. You can tell there's a deeper urge that stops itself short of fully exiting the Overton window of insults, and I find it distasteful to seek offense for the sake of offense. Even I hate this. As an expert, as a PhD in slurs, you can't do italics. Oh, you can. Bop, 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 bop. Wait, is retard is a verb? Is that a verb in English, or is that only in like Italian or whatever? Can you retard something, or is that only, it is? Okay. It's in French? I don't know. It's in music. Retard. I think that's with an I though. R-I-T, whatever. Okay. Jesus, what a waste of fucking time to type anything on this fucking platform. When people talk about like slurs or mean things for people, somebody can tell me, Rinlux, you brought this up. I feel like retard is in a different category than the other slurs because like to be retarded is definitionally a bad thing, right? It's like describing something as cancerous, right? These are bad things. Now, when people call you like an N-word or use a misogynistic or homophobic slur, well, like that's kind of weird because now the implication basically is like, oh, well, the bad thing is like a race of people, or the bad thing is a nationality of people, or a sexual orientation, or something like that. Whereas retarded, like, definitionally is delayed, like a developmentally delayed thing, or a cognitively impaired person, or like cancer is like a bad, nobody wants cancer. It's like a bad thing. So when people make this analysis of like retard and they put it next to all the other slurs, I feel like it's kind of silly because it misses the point of where retard gets its power from, or why it's like considered a slur or an insult or whatever. It's not really the same as like the racial or the other bigoted slurs. You can argue whether or not you should or shouldn't use it, but it's definitely like a totally different, it's a totally different type of thing. No, but people who have mental conditions can't change themselves. That's fine. That's not what I'm saying. You can argue whether or not you want to, whether or not somebody should be able to say it, but it's still a different type of thing. Like calling somebody, like calling you like crippled. What, you can't walk? What, are you crippled? Like there are people that are crippled and they can't change the fact that they're crippled, but like it's also bad to be crippled, but not in the same way that it's like bad to be black, you know?
I think with a retard, it's how much stigma would you get if you called someone stupid, like, or you know, brain damaged or something, right? Like I feel like it was never there to the level of this.
Yeah.
And also, just, you know, if they wanted to keep the word, Rem should have stayed around, but he left.
Rep. Forever gone. Does this article bring up that distinction? Rinlux, tell me. I'm too lazy to click through. Yeah, I actually think it's really, yeah, and I think that this is a very contrary position, or not contrary, but fuck, I don't know what word you would use. It's like people, instead of using retarded, because that became a slur, people would use neurodivergent as an insult.
Low IQ, Neanderthal.
And it's like, well, hold on. Well, no, it's explicitly they would start to use like the more formal words, the more academic words, like, this is a neurodivergent. Or sometimes they'd say like maybe smooth-brained or whatever, plays with trains. But it's like, well, now if we're using neurodivergent as an insult, that's even more insulting than the other word. I don't know, in some ways that kind of feels like even weirder. I don't know. I don't. Yeah.
I think retarded, when I think about the word, and when you think about it as well, when I think about someone being retarded, I don't even, here's a problem. I'm never thinking about someone who is like, hello, my name is Steven. Like, that's not what I'm thinking about when I'm calling you retarded. I'm just like, that's fucking stupid. What are you thinking? Like,
kind of. I mean, we kind of do, depending on.
My mind doesn't go there. I just think this is like such a absolutely dumb thing to say. It's just like a cooler way of saying stupid, I think.
Kind of, yeah. Or more extreme way, yeah.
Like when I say it, it's never like I have malice in my heart for someone who has Down syndrome. Like that's never the case. Like in fact, I would say it's almost worse to call someone like Down syndrome than it is to call someone retarded, because Down syndrome, I don't know, it's like a symptom, but
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, like in a world where everybody is black or everybody's the same race or whatever, or there was no racism. No, that still wouldn't make sense, actually. Never mind. Because then you wouldn't use racial slurs, because it wouldn't make sense to use a racial slur, because there'd be nothing negative about the race to come. Like every insult against a person is you're complaining about something about them. And
calling someone stupid.
All of these at the end of the day, yeah, like you could euphemistically treadmill your way to like stupid and IQ and all this. Yeah, I don't know. Imagine if you were in front of like a disadvantaged youth group, like a disadvantaged African American youth group whose schools were underfunded or whatever, and somebody's like, "What do you think about these kids?" Like, man, a lot of these kids are fucking stupid. I feel like people look at you like, bro,
Yeah, what
That'd
the
be like,
fuck?
whoa, bro, what? Actually, I think if you call any kid stupid, I think people would look at you like, really, bro. Like that'd be a pretty harsh. That'd be a pretty harsh thing to say.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
But here's the other issue: is that tell me what the word retarded means today, technically, right? Because there is no medical diagnosis when you say, "Oh, page 316 of this manual, retard." Okay, a retard is this condition. It doesn't exist anymore, right? The word is whatever it is today. Like it's worse to call someone Down syndrome because then you're disenfranchising someone who actually has a real disease. When you call someone retarded, you're not really affecting any group of people that are like, hey,
Well, I
I
think-
stand for Retards United.
Yeah, but I think you are hearkening to the group of retarded people. That's kind of the comparison, right? Like
Who are
you're
the group of retarded people? Like league players?
like people with Down syndrome. That is kind of the meme, right? Like you said, it's like you're not thinking of those people, but like we really are, aren't we? Like when we say like you're retarded, don't you
Is
feel
that-
fucking
wait,
retard?
hold on.
Yeah,
Is that the case? What
Yeah,
was
it
a
is.
retard in the 30s?
I don't
Wait,
know in the
if
30s. I
that's
just know
true.
today when you call somebody retarded, the idea is that you're like you can literally hear it in the words of other people. Like if I call somebody like you fucking retarded, cognitively impaired, you fucking disabled dipshit. Like it's, I mean, that's kind of what you're aiming towards, some kind of like cognitive impairment, right?
Okay, I was just going to say, what do you think the definition of, like, who was being called retarded in the 30s or 40s and being in, like, these homes for the retarded? Like, who was
Probably
it?
people with mental disabilities or cognitive impairments.
So not
severely.
Down syndrome people.
Probably, right? No?
Well, I don't know. I have no idea. That's why I'm curious.
I think mental
People are
retardation
saying
was a thing that
retards
people
were
said
there.
formerly, no? Wasn't mental retardation a thing?
Yeah, but I think Down syndrome was treated differently than mental retardation because they knew at that point. When did they, like, you physically look different when you have Down syndrome.
Sure.
So I feel like that symptom must have been, like, when was Down syndrome discovered?
Probably around the time you started typing online. I don't know.
Okay, 1866? No. Let's see. I don't know.
Probably before. My guess would be like in the year zero or whatever, like early, right? Because Down syndrome people like clearly present differently, so there would have been a name or something for them, right? Yeah.
You know what? I feel like I want to learn. Can you please pull up Wikipedia? Like, I actually
Go,
want to know.
yeah, go find it. Wait, hold on. I'll be back. 1 second.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, how's everyone doing, chat? I was here, by the way, when they used to put people like myself and Steve into these schools, and they would call you the school for the gifted, but we weren't actually gifted. We were ungifted. You know what I mean? A little bit, the type of people that would smell things all the time. By the way, let me just remind everyone out there, by the way, when you go to a new place, smelling things is free. And smelling things is tied to, I forget, a part of your brain, but it's the only sense. So if you take in a big whiff when you're doing a memorable thing that you want to remember, when you're doing something you want to remember in the future, sniff a lot, sniff everywhere. Do that, and then later on in life, you will be lucky to sniff again and time travel back to that same moment. That's a free thing that you can do. Smells are free. It's more than smells being one of the 5 senses. It's a very important sense. It's the only one, I think, that's tied to, God, I'm going to say it's the wrong thing. I'm going to say like the lymphatic system. I have no fucking idea. But it's the only one. The hippocampus. Yeah, that sounds better. So it's a special ability that you can have, the time travel. And you guys aren't taking advantage of it. You know what? I'm seeing right now. What the
Oh, I forgot I changed my profile picture to that. Don't worry about it. Yo, Dad, I had a question.
Uh-huh.
You ever fixed a transmission before?
No.
Okay.
Those are specialized shops that do that.
So I ran over a curb, and I had to bring it to my car just like stopped. It just started revving and shit, and long story short, I brought it to a fucking found a shop and they said there's a big hole in it. And it's
Okay.
gonna be like 5,000 to fix. But I'm
Hold on. Wait.
figuring
Wait. Is there a hole in the bell housing, or is there internal damage?
they said it needs to be replaced. They
Does it
said there's a
still
huge
drive?
hole.
They could be a big
No,
fucking liar.
it does. It doesn't. When I it like so it was dry. So as soon as I hit the curb, I was driving for a bit. And I was like, oh, that was silly. And then I stopped, and then it was just like going down the hill. And the wheels weren't moving. It was just being loud as fuck.
I mean, it may have ran out of oil if you put a hole in it, but I will say that I had a T5 transmission and I was trying to, it was a very old one, and I was trying to remove the drain plug, and a fucking giant chunk of the aluminum came out completely. And I just fucking JB welded that shit up and worked fine for years just like that. So, but I don't know if you have internal damage.
Okay, so should I ask them like, hey, is it internal damage or external?
Well, Darius, does your car still drive?
It turns on and like
That's
it
not what.
sounds.
Okay.
But it doesn't
When you
drive.
put,
The wheels don't. When I step on the gas, it just revs and like the wheels don't move.
oh, that's not good.
Yeah,
That's different.
I think when I revved it really hard, I was able to get it to go like a mile per hour.
I'd have to see photos, Darius, to know what's going on.
Should I ask them for pictures? Do they supply that?
I think you can have them put it in the lift, and you can take your own pic and be like, "Hey, I want to see what's wrong, so I know."
Okay.
If you
Now
take
would you?
pictures, I can tell you and I can guide you, but I want $1,000 if I fix it for you.
That would be great. Actually, I'd love that. Well, worst case scenario, you can't fix it. Okay. Do you guys have like any? I know Destiny was talking about getting rid of his Focus. Like, are you guys like leasing out any of your cars or anything to like maybe like some private buyers? I'd be willing to do some sort of payment plan, some sort of contract. Worst
Darius,
case scenario, we can
I
discuss
drive a
this.
classic car, okay, a 1986
I'm a classic,
300ZX
man.
Turbo, okay, that I have done a tremendous amount of work to. I don't even want you looking at my car because I know that if you even look at it, I think that Xena is going to come flying out of the background and fucking body slam you onto the hood and fuck up my car, okay? That's my concern.
Don't you drive like a Temu Jeep or something?
Darius, you're like 10 years. First off, I drove a G-Wagon, so a Jeep is literally the Temu version of the G-Wagon, not the other way around. Second off, that was like 10 years ago.
Well, listen, I don't really look into your cars recently. I saw you picking apart a car, like I think like a couple months ago. So I
Uh-huh.
figured you know how to maybe change a transmission, but it doesn't look like you know how to do that.
I could
But
change a
what,
transmission, but I don't even know if you need that or not. It might just, right now, your shit just might be in a mode. It might be in a limp mode. I need to see what damage you did.
you think they're capping to me that hard to where they're saying they're gonna
No,
get a
I don't think they're.
salvage transmission?
Listen to me, Darius. I don't think a machine shop is the type of place that's going to be like, yeah, you know what? Fuck it. Let's just JB weld this bitch together. Typically, they don't do that. They're going to be like, yep, there's a hole in this thing. You need a new one. It's not like normal policy to JB weld together a transmission again, but you can do it.
Do you think I could JB weld it myself?
Yes, I think you could.
Now, what does JB stand for particularly? Because I'm just thinking Justin Bieber.
That's it. It's his company.
Is it actually?
Yeah, it's an early investment that he did. It's like a chemical bonding thing.
Okay, I just looked up JB Weld. It's not it. So I thought
It is
I was gonna get the
absolutely
speaker company.
it. No, you're looking at JBL. I'm talking JB Weld.
Oh, dude. I was like, I use this shit for TTS. Okay, all right. Well, all right, yeah. So I just need some putty. All right, cool. Yeah. we can
Well,
get that.
no. What you need first is photos and video
All right,
showing
let's get
showing
photo-
the damage.
All right, I'm gonna get the photos and videos. I'm gonna send them over to you. And then I mean, if we can putty this shit, let's putty it up. All right, I'm gonna do that.
What type of car do you have?
It was a 2013 Elantra that I actually got for free from a chatter named PBR Vampire. Great guy.
An Elantra?
Yeah.
That car is worth like $8.
It's not an expensive car. That's why I said it's 5,000 for the transmission replacement. I'm like, I'm just gonna get a new car. But I don't want to get a new car because it's like it's ridiculous.
Okay. Well, I wouldn't recommend spending $5,000 on an Elantra.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm probably gonna get a new car. But like, here's the deal,
Darius.
dude. Like, this is my brain power though. If I get a new car, I'm getting like a Civic Type R or like a Challenger or like a Camaro or something just really like silly because I can't imagine buying any other car.
Darius.
So I need to fix this car.
Okay. Well, if you're a broke boy, just say so. Ha 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 ha.
Is this a soundboard thing?
No.
Oh. All right. Well, I'm gonna go look that up and then I'm gonna send it over to you. And we can kind of go from there. Is there anything else I should be writing down besides pictures?
Video.
Video. Okay. All right. I got that then.
Uh-huh. Hey, how about, you know what you should do? Honestly, Xena and Merc seem like the type of people who probably worked on cars before. You should reach out to them and see if they can give you a hand.
Well, my restraining order's over pretty soon, so we'll see.
Oh, fucking sick. All right, good luck.
But also, if you guys are willing to maybe like co-sign with me on a car, I'd be willing to like pay some of the difference. If you guys maybe want to look into that.
No,
What's
okay.
going on? What happened to Darius's car?
He ran over a curb and I guess put a hole in his transmission.
I ran over a curb and yeah, then the car stopped running like a little bit after, and then I had to get a AAA to bring it to the shop, and then the shop ended up saying that there's a hole in the hole in the transmission and needs to be entirely replaced.
Wait, what year is the car? What's the make and model?
13 Elantra.
Is this totaled at this point or?
Yeah, if you blow this car is totaled when you drive it normally. If you got a fucking rip in the seats, it's totaled.
How much is the repair going to cost? What do they want to give you?
They just quoted me fucking $5,000 for a salvaged engine or whatever fucking shit with 98,000 miles on it. I was like, okay.
Wait, for a whole new engine?
They said they have to replace it. Yeah, it's not new, but.
I asked him to get a video and photos. We'll see if he can pull that off or not.
Just get a different fucking car.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking. So, okay, actually, so that's my next question too. If we end up going that route, how do I get rid of the car when it's already at the shop? Do I just like take pictures of it at the shop and then put it on Facebook Marketplace?
My guess is they
like...
won't release it to you unless you have a tow truck there to take it. But you'd have to get a tow truck to tow it away.
Junkyard will give you like a few $100 for it.
A few hundred?
Yeah, probably.
Well, depending on how new it is, they might give them upwards of $1,000 or whatever. Now, if they can part out, if everything else is okay, or
everything else is fine. It's just literally that. I mean, they said the front brakes are a little bit junked, but everything else is fine.
Okay.
What's the blue book value on the car? Assuming the
it's literally only like 2,800 or something in the KBB. But I see people selling it right now for like used cars that in condition I had for like 5,000, like on Facebook though.
Darius, just get the fucking photo and the video, and I can tell you if you can fix it or not from that.
Okay, yeah, we're gonna JB weld it, so that's
Yes.
what I'm gonna go ask. I'm gonna go
If
get
it's
the
just
pictures
the bell
and video.
housing, which I'm guessing it's literally just the bell housing, we can do it. It won't be
Okay.
like you can literally do it.
You're gonna like show me on stream how to do it, like
I've done it before. Sure.
Okay, all right, awesome. This is great. All right, cool. I'm gonna ask them for pictures now. I'm gonna call them and then I'll come back.
Okay. Sounds
Thank you,
good.
bye.
You really should have done the if you're a broke boy, just say so. I had to do it manually and it didn't sound as good.
I'm sorry, I fucked you. My bad.
And we also didn't get into what a retard is at all.
Destiny, if being retarded is bad, then do you support efforts to remove all retarded people from society? Surely you do, since you would not want something inherently bad to exist in society. Yes, true. Also, all short people should be killed. All people with hearing or visual impairment should be killed. Every single person that has a bad thing should be killed. You've got true, dude. True. How did you figure out my position like that? Good job.